Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek Hyper Engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G Ultra Save is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone, across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's Hyper Engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations, all your wireless gear will connect reliably and retain their best performance. Maximize your everyday mobile experience with advanced 4G connectivity and dual SIM. Improved video playback quality with cinema-grade visuals and support for multiple virtual assistants. Embrace AI super resolution for streaming video and teleconferencing, saving your 4G data and battery life. Capture incredibly detailed photos and superb night shots. Integrated with these advanced technologies, MediaTek Helio G95 does the hard work, ensuring your smartphone always keeps up with you, so that you can focus on the moment. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek Hyper Engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G UltraSave is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone, across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's Hyper Engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations, all your wireless gear will connect reliably and retain their best performance. Maximize your everyday mobile experience with advanced 4G connectivity and dual SIM. Improved video playback quality with cinema-grade visuals and support for multiple virtual assistants. Embrace AI super resolution for streaming video and teleconferencing, saving your 4G data and battery life. Capture incredibly detailed photos and superb night shots. Integrated with these advanced technologies, MediaTek Helio G95 does the hard work, ensuring your smartphone always keeps up with you, so that you can focus on the moment.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the MediaTek Presents Free Fire Gaming
Ladies
Masters
and
Quest for the
gentlemen,
Best. And
well,
hello,
whoops.
Floki. It seems
Yeah,
like you did step in just a
a
little
tad bit
late.
too late.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope these teams are not late though, because if they are, like, late and backing each other up, they will not be able to trade frags. And because it's a whole new, fresh set of teams today, you better be
Mhm.
on top of your trade fragging game. We've seen so many times, yeah, Floki, कितने बार तो teams ऐसा simple reasoning के कारण मर जाता है because they're just not around for each other. That's literally it. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, the biggest problem we've seen in duos mode is people tend to split up, और वो split up होने के बाद क्योंकि वो एक अपने teammate को खो देते हैं, the second player is just not able to survive when the circle starts closing in. If you want to survive when the circle starts closing in, you need to rotate faster in there. हमने काफी बार देखा है कि लोग इसका opposite करते हैं. Like split up होने के बाद they feel कि नहीं अंदर जाना is going to be very risky, so they instead tank more and more blue zone damage, and then they try to rotate, which in a way, I can understand the sentiment behind it, but it doesn't really work after the first two circles, right? क्योंकि फिर circle का space और small हो जाता है, लोग और circle के अंदर आने लग जाते हैं, the compounds are occupied, and फिर gatekeeping शुरू हो जाता है वहां से, तो काफी difficult हो सकता है solo players के लिए rotate करना. So yeah, like you mentioned, Crip, straight fragging is going to be very, very important, but I'm happy to see कि this time around Shipyard में जो high tier loot zone है, दो teams ने drop किया, and they're going to contest each other. Well, AK-47
Finally.
in Nessen's hand. Yeah, finally.
I mean, अब कितने बार तो हमने ये देखा कि लोग हाई टियर लूट जोन में जाते ही नहीं है. इस बार फाइनली चलो कोई ना कोई तो गया है. And hopefully they should be fighting each other rather than one of the teams trying to disengage after just scurrying away with some weapons. Nah, I hope that doesn't happen. They have spotted out Baji Rao though, and I like the way how he spells his name, Baji Raw. So he's like, Bhaji
Yeah.
Raw, Kachi Bhaji. Oh my god, never mind. I mean,
You
I don't
tried,
think.
Trips.
Yeah, I always do, man. I always do. But he's positioned himself very far away from the actual shipyard area. I wonder where
Mhm.
his teammate is. Is he anywhere close to
Yeah,
him?
it doesn't look like it, Chris. ऐसा लग रहा है कि प्रशांत यहाँ पे काफी दूर आ गया है. He's afraid of getting 2v1, तो यहाँ से रवाना हो जाएंगे. But his teammate is nowhere to be spotted. I do see Useless with an MP5 in his hand, लेकिन उनकी position किधर है मुझे वो idea नहीं है. So maybe once they're able to regroup, they can do something over here. But yeah, for now, the shipyard fight is going to come to an end. And yeah, within 1 minute, the circle's going to be formed. I want to have a quick look at the map. Okay, so this is where Useless is. So he's near
Hmm.
River. Oh no, he is way far from Shipyard. He is all the way in Riverside. He's going to have to
Hmm.
group up with his teammates soon enough. But yeah, Prashant will eventually close the gap with the Tuk Tuk. But yeah, I want to have a quick look at the map and see exactly what our teams look like, so we're gonna know when we're gonna be seeing some action. Okay, so teams are quite spread out. Surprisingly, Katulistova has been ignored, which in all honesty, I feel like Gatulistova is one of those places that you can drop early on and hold fairly easily. And it's one of those, low risk, high reward places because it's, fairly close to the center of the map. That's Bhima Shakti Strip. And from that place, it's very easy to watch over the surrounding areas. So, it can be pretty rewarding to hold Gatulistova. But for the time being, you're going to see Team 2 at least lose one player. Killed by यहाँ पे first blood ले पाएंगे, from Team MG. But yeah, the second player from Team 2 is going to make a run for it. His name is Sunny, I think. I can't even read. Okay, his name is Suman Bhai. Wow, we got a team of Bhais. You got Akhil Bhai, we got
Huh?
Munal Bhai, and we got Suman Bhai. A battle of the Bhais.
My God, that sounds like the start of a typical Hindi serial. जहाँ पे
Mhm.
एक फैमिली है, भाइयों का बिजनेस होता है, फिर एक भाई का झगड़ा होता है तो वो सारे क्लाइंट्स चुरा के निकल जाता है और वो खुद का बिजनेस स्टार्ट कर देता है. Yeah,
Yeah.
kind of like that.
I mean, that's why, it always reminds me of a shootout at Lokhandwala because in that movie there's a song that always goes like bhai bhai bhai, and I'm like, yeah, that's what this is all about. So maybe that's where the trend of using pi in front of your name as sort of like this, violent, or having a sort of like that gangster connotation to it started.
Yeah.
But yeah, you are right. Even all those TV serials have that lot of, oh, Akhil bhai, Mukesh bhai, and all that stuff. But for the time being, useless. Well, वो प्रशांत के भाई थे, and he's going to be eliminated. He's going to be all by himself now, alone in Riverside. Let's see what he's capable of. लेकिन अगर वो यहीं पे रहेंगे लंबे टाइम तक, then it could be problematic क्योंकि काफी open area में है वो, and he is very likely to get 2v1 here. Think the first circle forming slightly over Riverside, he is content with where he's found himself. But yeah, rotating inside is going to be key here. So if he can get his hands on something like a truck or that tuk-tuk again and get himself as close to the center of the circle as possible, I think he'll have a very good chance of surviving. I mean, you also have to use awareness according to the number of players in the lobby, right, Crips? Because there's only 21 players. You have to be sort of accounting for where everyone else is dropped and thinking to yourself, okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I'm going to try and get myself to the center of the circle because there aren't a lot of players around. And from there, I can continue to hold and, try and survive. Now, of course, you don't know where everyone is gone, but if you were paying attention at the start and you were clicking on your map while dropping, you could have a faint idea of where everyone is and approximately how far you can go, which in all honesty, is a lot better than staying in Riverside against a team that you clearly just saw. Maybe he's afraid of rotating out because he thinks that he's going to get shot with the sort of high ground advantage that Team 4 has now that they're inside that big, house with the walls surrounding it.
I don't know, but why I get this feeling that team number 12 is a bunch of new players who are here to just have fun in their first tournament or something like that. I
Yeah.
get this feeling. I'm not sure. I could be wrong over here, but given the way he's moving, I kind of feel he's a little new to the game, which is great. I really appreciate. I mean, if he is new, and I'm sorry if this
hmm
offends you, but I really appreciate all the newer players also trying to participate in the competitive circuit. It's
Yeah.
good that you start competing at an early age and you get a little taste of what it is like, and it doesn't matter if you
Yeah.
lose. At the end of the day, you need to walk away with experience. So I'm happy that Prashant is putting himself out here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, you put yourself against competition, you put yourself up against people who are actually serious about doing this, and you're going to improve automatically because they're going to take every
Yeah,
single advantage and opportunity you present themselves. So it becomes a huge learning experience, like you've mentioned. And
yeah,
compare that to just dropping in pubs and playing ranked. It's a very different environment compared to competitive, where every single mistake you make could lose you the game, and everything becomes a lot more amplified. It's like every single mismove or like movement that you make that is not correct, it's going to be that much more amplified
yeah.
because teams will take advantage of it. So yeah, I
Yep.
mean it's really good to put yourself in this situation like you mentioned.
And yeah, my feelings have just been confirmed. He has just one ability, and that's. I
Yeah.
don't even think that's Hayato. I think that's probably Andrew or something. I couldn't
Yeah,
see
that is
it clearly.
Andrew's ability.
Yeah, GG. All right. We have a new player on our hands, folks. It's nice. Kudos to Prashant. Congratulations for entering the tournament. I hope you have a good time. He is although
Yeah.
roaming around in a way where he will be surrounded by multiple teams very soon. Kota Tua has one player called Khub Suwat, not Surat, but
hmm
Suwat. But that's fine. I'm just gonna call him Khub Surat. Beautiful little souls over here. I think he's alone in Kota Tua, so we have a one-man squad. His teammate is all the way in Clock Tower. So he's not a one-man squad. He's just lonely away from his little bhai. Uh,
yeah.
his teammate is a bhai. Bye bye. Um, we also have on top of peak GPS Nitin, who, in the voice of the Google Lady Assistant, will probably say, "Enemy spotted at left 200 meters" when he sees someone.
Yeah, exactly. You could very easily spot out players from that place.
Yeah,
All
but can you
jokes
say
aside,
it? Can you say it in the way the Google, what is it? What's that?
the
What
Google
do you
Voice
call it? The Google
Assistant,
Map. Not even
the
Google
voice is
Voice. The lady who
the GPS
said
lady.
left. Yeah, the GPS lady. Yeah, take a left in 200 meters. I'm sorry, my Google Voice Assistant imitation game is not the best, but I try.
No, it was good. It was decent. I'd give that a solid 4 out of 10. I mean, for a
Okay,
start, it's
that's
pretty
not
good.
very encouraging.
I mean, it's the first time, Crips. It just like video games, the more you do it, the better you're gonna get at it. So
True,
keep practicing that
true.
voice, and someday you too will be the voice of GPS on Google Play or Google Maps.
Wait, that's
But
not what I want to be known for in life. What the hell?
well, Crips, you know, we don't really get a lot of opportunities to choose here. We gotta work with what we have. But for the time being, Prashant, he's trying to work with his rifle. He does have, a decent long-range weapon, but yeah, he needs to connect his shots. And the double vectors at this range are gonna shred him. Yep, they are. The time turner comes in the nick of time. UCD will secure that kill, and that's one less team in the fray. Now, the next circle forms in a very centralized area covering a majority of Peak and the area between Riverside and Mill. This is why I find this little area very interesting. I like how between Bhima Shakti Strip, Mill, and Riverside, there's this huge empty stretch of land near the dam. And, it can really make fights very interesting because it's open and it has a series of elevations and, slopes around it. So, yeah, all those rotations that you talk about, high ground to low ground to high ground, all of those tend to happen. But for the time being, नितिन यहाँ पे घर में काफी सारी noise make कर रहा है. I think okay, उन्होंने finally a player को spot कर लिया होगा, but his friend is gonna get knocked out. They didn't coordinate the push together, and now Nitin is gonna be left alone. Crips, this man, oh no, he was trying to help his teammate out and maybe take that fight, but his teammate, I'm not sure what happened there. Might have been miscommunication, might have been overzealousness. It ends up punishing them. Well, there's still hope for him because if he gets himself into the top 8, he will be making it to the next day. So thankfully, the bar is not that high, but yeah, for him to survive, it's gonna take a lot of game sense and a lot of brains to make it far. Now, Nitin is gonna pop the time turner and run. This means he's gonna be open for firing Crips from long-range weapons, but it seems that no one is really able to connect their shots, and Nitin is gonna get away.
Well, at least he was able to get away. I hope the GPS lady assists him to, get to safety. But Bajirao, he took a couple of shots on GPS Nitin, and he should probably be aware about there is another team here. What on earth was that shot? That was a one-tap straight to the cerebellum, and another one. Oh,
wow.
Okay, then.
Bajirao, well, he was known for being a king in history, but this time around he's known for hitting his shots in free fire. I guess
those were two ridiculous headshots, dude. That was so good.
Yeah, I mean that headshot was insane. Like I didn't even catch that on my screen. It was so quick, and yeah, then he just casually takes out his double barrel, walks in, and gets the double kill. So good for him. But it seems that we have more action on our hands, Crips. Team number 2 trying to close in from what I believe is, I think this is the southwest part of the circle. So yeah, it's close towards Keratin because I see a K on the map. But oh no, player number 2, Suman Bhai. His teammate got eliminated early on, and now he's left to his own devices. I don't think he's going to be able to stay alive for much longer. And in the end, yeah, Akhil Bhai and Nikhil Bhai are both going to get themselves killed. SN at this distance with a double barrel sprays down Nitin, takes away half his HP, but he needs to close the gap and connect more shots. He's not able to do so. Nitin actually makes it out, and now he's going to be knocked. Bajirao once again with the double barrel, getting himself a knock, but can he find the second one? That's the question. He is going to be able to revive his teammate with the help of the glue walls, and now NMS Gamer, they were trying so hard to keep... Wait, what? Oh no, Nikolai actually got knocked down. Wait, am I seeing this right? Did his teammate get knocked down?
He died as well. He not just not down.
Oh
He
my
not just
God.
knocked down. He died. Bajirao tried his best to revive him by putting on a bunch of glue walls, but there was a slight elevation on the ground, and because of that, there's a gap in the glue wall underneath, so you can see their feet.
Oh.
That's how they.
Oh, I see. Oh, for a second, I thought that M249 was piercing through the glue wall, which really surprised me because, how often do you see people use the M249 and then, like, in which situation do you know it's actually going to pierce glue walls? So, yeah, I was a little surprised by that. But, well, Bajirao is going to keep himself alive, Crips. Fortunately for him, he's made it to the top 6, so he will be making it to tomorrow regardless. But, yeah, that you do kind of wish he had his teammate up and got a booyah because... you want to get that experience against these teams. You want to know exactly how they play. And when you go back and watch these replays again, maybe on YouTube or, maybe if you've been recording the game yourself, you can try and figure out what these other teams are doing. For the time being, though, Team 7 and Team 9 going to be facing off against each other near Riverside. Now, Team 9 doesn't really have a lot of hard cover to work with, so they're going to be at a huge disadvantage here. But if they use their glue walls a little bit cleverly, they can make it work. And look at this, there's also an M79 inside that crate, Crips. I wonder if AR is going to pick it up. If he does, though, it's going to be hell on earth for Team 7 because, yeah, I mean, given their positioning, they could very easily get exploited. Dhanu, oh my god, 9 HP to his name. The zone is going to start closing in. He can't heal back up. He needs to get in there, but he is actually not taking that much damage for some reason. He is gaining HP. I am not too sure why this is happening. He's still going to be able to keep himself alive, moving inside the zone, but eventually he will be knocked out. I see UC Deep S7 getting that kill, and now AR is trying to provide his teammate cover, but he's not going to be successful in doing so. Eventually, his teammate will fall, and now it's going to be AR against the world. Two players from Team 7, both marking his position. Let's see if they're actually able to take him out. 15 glue walls to his name. If he uses them well, he should be able to make it ahead. But he's tossing out grenades and they're not really doing much. The fence providing ample of cover for player number 7 here. He's going to finally peek out with the XM8 Crips. And oh no, I think the player messed up his glue wall. He's going to go down for the time being. Can he be taken out? Can he confirm the kill? Yes, he can. AR is able to get Rohit, and now it's a 1v1. Interesting turn of affairs for AR. Let's see if he can make the most out of this. Third and fourth grenades are going to come through, but not really going to do much apart from pop that time turner away. And yeah, Team 7's, I believe his name was Oxy. He's going to just turn around and run. But AR, at this distance, can he connect the shots? Oh, he is missing Crips. He is missing his shots. You don't want to be in that position. He's finally going to turn around, but he's not zooming down his scope. Gets a headshot though. And yeah, the zone closing in again. He needs to put an end to this fight because look at team number 1. They are looking to do a drive-by here, and they might get themselves 2 for the price of 1. They pick up the first. Can they find the second? Yes, they can.
Oh my god, they walked in to swoop everything up. They had a grenade launcher in their hands as well, but they never really needed to do that. Never really needed to use it. And now there's just one player hiding, and that's going to be Jagga. Once again, they don't need the grenade launcher to kill him. Team Nemesis is going to be able to kill pretty much everyone with just their regular weapons. They never needed to use the super weapons. So it's a pretty clean booyah by Team Nemesis. They made it look easy. Whenever we've seen, other teams walk in with cars or something, we usually see them go down first. But that was quite the opposite in this case.
Yeah, I mean, this time around, the way they use the car was perfect, right? They go around the edge of the circle. They've been seeing this fight happen for quite a while because they've been firing at each other. And they're like, you know what? It seems like this is a 1v1. Let's just go out and let's just do it. And eventually, from the car, they do spot them out. So it ends up working out for them. I mean, you don't really expect someone to come from inside the zone outside of it, right, to get a kill. And that's what Team Nemesis did. So maybe that's why they weren't expecting it to happen. But yeah, Nemesis get themselves the booyah. They're definitely going to be making it towards tomorrow. But so are the top 8 teams. But before we have a quick look at the leaderboard, let's have a look at the highlights. Yeah, useless. I have to say, like you mentioned, I'm glad that these teams are participating in the open qualifiers. But I do hope for their sake that they don't let this discourage them, because I know many a times when I've introduced my friends to games and, they end up losing a bit too hard at the start, they tend to give up on games, right? Like, you don't want to have that constant experience where you're always losing, because then you just don't feel like playing the game. So I do hope for their sakes that they don't, take this as an experience or as an excuse to stop playing the game, but instead use it to motivate themselves and get better. Because let's be honest, India has a lot of potential for esports.
Oh, it does, and it all starts, in tournaments like these, in the grassroots level cups. You gotta give the lowest denominator an opportunity to prove themselves. And now that the top 8 teams from this match will be playing again tomorrow, they will get yet another taste of competitive experience. And tomorrow they'll be paired up against even more players from the other matches that we see today. So hopefully they all get to learn something from this. And at the end of the day, that's all we are here to do, right? I mean, the money and the bragging rights are just an additional thing. At the end of the day, you're just here to make yourself better so that you can participate in more tournaments and win more.
Did you notice that, Crips? I was very confused. I think that was Kashmir's ability that was popped when they were outside the blue zone, and for some reason they took no blue zone damage. Is that a feature of of Kashmir's ability? Because as far as I know, all it does, it boosts your EP production, and over the course of time, your EP gets converted to HP.
Yeah, so if you activate the battle mode in, it's not called battle mode, it's called Jujutsu mode, or rather some other kung fu name. So if you activate that, then it starts turning your EP into HP at a really fast rate, and at that rate you can probably tank the zone damage.
Okay.
I'm not sure if that was the Kashmir's ability. Because there's a very faint red or Okay.
Yeah,
Then
yeah,
if you saw the icon, then yeah, then it definitely has to be a Kashmir's ability, because
yeah.
I didn't take a look at the icons. I was only looking at where he's shooting. So my bad. Kudos to you, Loki, for paying attention to the little part downstairs as well. I mean, the ability
I
icon box over there as well. But
I mean, I've been trying to learn the game, Crips, but yeah, there are lots of abilities and icons, so you and I tend to get confused at
yeah,
times. And I don't
and
blame you, man. With so many abilities, it's hard to keep track of all of them.
no, I mean it's not about keeping track of abilities. I just did not look in that corner in
Oh, okay.
the ability box at all, because I was just looking at his crosshair. But yeah, it's these little details that you spot out, the little details and the little decisions that you make is what keeps you alive, or that can be the difference between victory and death. And because he had that ability activated, like you pointed out, he was able to tank the damage. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's the little things that matter.
Exactly. I mean, I don't blame you, Crips. Being FPS players, we always tend to look at the crosshair. But we still have
Yeah.
4 more games to go, Devi और सज्जनों. तो आप कहीं नहीं जाएगा. हम एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेके गेम नंबर 2 के साथ वापस आएंगे. तब तक आप देख रहे हैं MediaTek presents the Free Fire Gaming Masters 2021, powered by JioGames.
Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek Hyper Engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G UltraSave is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone. Across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's Hyper Engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations, all your wireless gear will connect reliably and retain their best performance. Maximize your everyday mobile experience with advanced 4G connectivity and dual SIM. Improved video playback quality with cinema-grade visuals and support for multiple virtual assistants. Embrace AI super resolution for streaming video and teleconferencing, saving your 4G data and battery life. Capture incredibly detailed photos and superb night shots. Integrated with these advanced technologies, MediaTek Helio G95 does the hard work, ensuring your smartphone always keeps up with you, so that you can focus on the moment.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, देवियों और सज्जनों और हमारे सारे दर्शकों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है। मीडियाटेक प्रेजेंट्स द फ्री फायर गेमिंग मास्टर्स क्वेस्ट फॉर द बेस्ट 2021 में पावर्ड बाय जियो गेम्स। मेरा नाम है फ्लूकी, मेरे साथ है क्रिप्स, रोली, बिग फैट पैंडा, कानिकी, बीटीएल एंड डैन द बॉट। और हम हमारे बेस्ट ऑफ 5 के सेकंड मैप पे आ चुके हैं। दिस टाइम अराउंड वी आर आल्सो गोइंग टुवर्ड्स बर्मुडा। प्लेन का पाथ शुरू हो रहा है सेंटोसा से एंड खत्म हो रहा है ग्रेवयार्ड की तरफ। And Crips, the high tier loot zone being Cape Town, I am very, very sad to see no teams making their way towards it. Well, it seems that Crips is having some technical issues. Until he's able to sort those out, I will continue carrying the cast. Seems that teams are dropping in towards Sentosa. I see multiple teams, in fact, not just Team 4. There's Team 2 in there as well. Cape Town is completely ignored, and there we go. So these teams are going to be dropping in towards Katulistava, which I was just talking about in my previous game, and I'm happy to see that these guys dropped in. Wait a second, wait a second, wait a second, wait a second. I think we might have a professional team on our hands, boys. I see Tech K and Kunal Jr. 24 from team number 7 playing, and these guys are Team Chaos. Now, if they are the actual Team Chaos, then yeah, all these other teams, they're going to be in for a ride because these boys love playing aggressively and they love taking early fights. Crips, are you here, buddy? Okay, Crips still isn't here, so he's still having those issues, and while he sorts those out, I'm going to continue casting the game. But yeah, it seems that for Crips, can you say something? I cannot hear you. I do see you.
Hello, hello, hello. Yo.
There we go. Now I can get your voice,
Yo,
Crips.
what's
There we
wrong?
go.
I mean, I was about to say that more than playing aggressively, Team Chaos also likes to set up tricks and traps. So you better be careful because their crossfires are almost always deadly. They don't just play aggressively, they force you to make aggressive mistakes. They give you a false sense of security that you're safe, and the moment you try to come anywhere close to them, these guys are going to punish you. And if they are indeed the real Team Chaos, then we are in for a treat because these guys were one of the top 5 finalists of the national championship.
Yeah, I mean, these guys are probably one of the best teams there is in the country, and I have to say, I really enjoy these players. In across multiple esports, I always respect those players who play aggressively because it takes a certain amount of initiative and it takes a certain amount of skill and and confidence to say, you know what, I'm gonna walk forward, I'm gonna take this fight, I'm gonna force you into the situation, and you react to me. Playing defensively, yes, there is of course lots of strats and great ways to do that. But in my personal opinion, I feel like playing aggressively requires a lot more skill and there's a lot less room for errors as well.
I agree. I agree. Playing aggressively does require a lot more skill. And more than skill, it's really about identifying your own strengths and what your opponents can do and what they can't do. So you
Yes.
gotta punish those mistakes. And Team Chaos, because they've been competing at the highest level, if you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile off of your hands.
Yeah, and look at the patience from Kunal Jr. as well, right? He just picked up the assault rifle from the ground. He knows he doesn't really have any scope attached to it, so at this distance, taking the fight is pointless. Once they start closing in the gap, he's going to start making his move. Now, he sees Demon Seth, and he sees Demon Mon as well. Moin, rather. So he's going to push with his teammate. Look at this wraparound coming in. They're trying to sandwich these two players between them, and now Kunal Jr. is going to make his move, firing upon Demon Seth. Even at that distance, he is quite deadly with the scar. The time turner gets popped by Seth. He's going to make a run for it, and his teammate is going to finish him off. Look at this, Crips. Tech KK is closing in from behind. He is going to be having all the vantage points in the world to work with, unless he got hurt. Okay, now his position is also revealed. Now he's going to make an aggressive run for it. This could end up being dangerous, Tech K. You have to be really confident in your aim to take this 1v2. And yeah, he's going to make a run for it. He's going to go around, get himself towards cover, and yeah, allow his teammate to watch his back, because otherwise, taking that 1v2, he could have been knocked down. It could have been ugly.
Yeah, right. I thought they would overextend, but they did not. And that's the best part about Team Chaos. They never stay in the same position, for too long. They get fired from above the hill. Tech KK moves in to finish them off. And while Tech KK was in danger, his teammate also has now joined him to, assist him. And oh my goodness, what a bunch of headshots, followed by several body shots to finish him off. Great spray control there by Team Chaos. And this is as textbook as it gets. Their enemies, they had no idea where they even got shot from.
I mean, this is what Team Chaos is known for. Going in your face, and the moment you think, you can just take a breather and chill, another peak comes in, and then you're knocked, and then your teammate has to scurry away. But then another member's already marking your position. Team Chaos, they really live up to their name, Crips, because every single time they play, yeah, it is absolute chaos for their enemies. But the
Yeah, right?
circle is, yeah, I mean, the circle's closed in, Crips, and Team 1 and Team 2, they're facing off against each other.
Well, the battle for Mars Electric luckily doesn't have to start just yet. ये दोनों के दोनों प्लेयर सर्कल के अंदर है एंड उनको अभी फाइट लेने की बिल्कुल जरूरत नहीं है विंसेंजो लेकिन think I've heard that name somewhere before but he takes a plenty of damage 80 damage done and oh my goodness crush Ranit he's able to knock him out with just the SKS. He was trying to jump around the crane, लेकिन उन्हें spot out कर लिया गया और अब वो अपना chrono shield deploy करके उन्हें finish off करने की भी कोशिश करेंगे उनके teammate आशिक भाई देखते हैं वो यहाँ पे कौन सा इश लड़ाते हैं मुझे तो लगता है वो यहाँ पे इश नहीं सिर्फ लड़ने आए हैं और यहाँ वो दूसरे साइड से जाएंगे वेयर हाउस के एंड ही शुड बी एबल टू गेट अ शॉट ऑन टू विंसेंजो बहुत अच्छा फ्लैंक किया है यहाँ पे आशिक भाई ने विंसेंजो ने अपनी क्रोनो शील्ड डिप्लॉय कर दी अब क्रश रणीत अप क्लोज एंड पर्सनल जाके उन्हें फिनिश ऑफ कर सकते हैं शॉटगन के साथ लेकिन he just ran past him and of course calm and collected inside his own chrono shield कोई डर नहीं है जैसे ही सामने वाले ने पीक किया easy 2 taps with the shotgun.
Yeah, I mean, the double barrel, amazing weapon to work with. You know, at that distance, you're always going to get those kills. But the thing about the double barrel is it's surprisingly not half bad compared to all the other shotguns at medium range. If you unload 2 bullets and, you know, you're generally covering most of their upper body, you can take away like 100, 120 HP as long as,
Yeah.
you know, both of those shots are aimed well. So it's not one of the worst weapons to you know, use in the medium range situation. You do have to switch to another weapon though, like an MP40 or maybe an assault rifle to finish off the kill with the damage you've done. But yeah, those double barrel shotguns, have to say, there's a reason why every single team that's good uses them. They're deadly at close range, even at medium range. But
Yeah.
yeah, for the time being at peak, seems that there's a fight breaking out, Chris. But you're saying something. What's up?
No, it's just the whole shotgun double barrel versus auto shotgun debate. 1887 versus 1014. I mean, earlier people used to, prefer the 1887 because it had slightly better spread, which makes it viable over longer distances. But now that the 1014 has been buffed, I really don't know which one of them is better. I guess the people will still stick to the double barrel shotgun if they're used to if they're used to it with the
Yeah.
whole shoot cover mechanism. If they're used to it, then I think they'll probably stick to it. But I don't know. I guess it's worthy to see that even the auto shotgun will be somewhat relevant in the meta.
Yeah, it most certainly will be. I mean, the 1014, the biggest strength of that weapon is that it's auto shot, and you know, you get yourself like 5 bullets to work with compared to the double barrels 2 or maybe 3, depending on whether you find an attachment for it or not. So yeah, I mean, it can be very difficult to you know, decide between the two. But my goodness, that grenade was really good, and Skywalker peeks out with the XM8 and connects 2 quick headshots to secure the second kill. Great stuff by Team 3 inside peak. This gives them a fair number of kill points, and if they're able to just survive until one more team gets knocked out, they're gonna guarantee their spot in tomorrow's games.
Yeah, just one more team left, and I feel bad because they will be the only ones who don't make it to the next circle. Not the next circle. I mean the next round. And so far, it seems like none of these teams are in danger just yet. There's nobody really close to each other. Even Team Chaos are playing it nice and calmly. They're not trying to rush into the center of the zone. It's just the first zone, so they can't even judge where the circle's gonna go. So they're just gonna play on the edge and maybe play for kills this time. Although that isn't really the most effective strategy in a tournament which favors placement points a lot more. But of course, their zone prediction skills are also pretty good. You know what, Floki? The thing that makes Team Chaos the most deadly team, it's not because they can predict the zone. It's not because they're aggressive. It's not even because they can, force out errors. It's just that when the circle is moving and when, people need to decide where do we go, Team Chaos are not deciding where to go. They're deciding when to go. The whole when aspect, the timing, your rotation, it is super crucial. And I can't explain it in theory. We will have to see it, when we see it. And maybe we'll come across a moment where I can highlight that today. But yeah, that is one thing which I really like about Team Chaos, their timing of the rotation.
Yeah.
Because if you move in too early, everyone will see in a tiny circle. Everyone will see you moving first, and you'll get shot. If you move too late, you end up taking way too much zone damage. Hence, timing is important, and that's one thing that not a lot of people consider when going for their own games.
You know what? I actually agree with this sentiment because I feel the same thing. I feel like many a times teams try to rotate a bit too early inside the circle and then they get spotted, and sometimes they're just a bit too late where they tank too much blue zone damage. I like you mentioned, I think the right question is not where to rotate, but when to rotate. And I feel like this way of thinking is probably holds a lot more merit to it as well. Because if you rotate at the right time, right? If you wait for the information to come through, if you wait to find out, okay, this team is over here, that team is over here, then you can time your rotations and you can wait for some firefight or something to happen, and then you can start breaking in there. As I say that though, Team Chaos, yeah, they're not done yet. They still eliminate a team that was towards the dam area, Crips, and they do so from a very long distance. I saw a VSS in the kill feed, so yeah, even at that range, these guys are deadly, and now they're gonna start rotating. And once that firefight is over, once they've
Was it
confirmed that there's no one else around them, yeah,
was it the dam area or was it clock tower?
they near that. Okay, yeah, it's. I mean, the dam near clock tower, like that's. I mean, it's not even a dam.
The
It's just
the
that
canal.
river that ends the canal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there we
canal.
go.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
we
what I was
both don't
thinking.
have the best
Where
geography.
well, apparently we don't even know what water bodies are called. So yeah, that's there. Either way, Team Chaos do have the entirety of Bhimasakti strip for themselves. So lots of zone control for them. They're still on the silo area. They haven't really crossed over towards that one god compound, as I like to call it, where they will be able to keep an eye on everyone. They haven't done that yet, but maybe they will now that the circle has started moving. Um, at the same time, we have team number 8, that is Suma. The team Suma's one of the players is called Sumant, and the other one is called Banti. They're on the edge of the zone, and they probably could have spotted team 6, लेकिन team 6 अब यहाँ पे बोलता ना zone के edges से rotate करना पसंद करेगी to avoid this particular house and come in from a much safer location. It's almost like they have a sixth sense of their own कि okay यहाँ पे खतरा है, यहाँ पे हम नहीं जाएंगे.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like if his name was Bunty, his teammate's name should have been Bubbly, and we could have like Bunty and Bubbly all over again. Everyone loves that movie, but yeah, I mean, looking at the circle, I feel like it's gonna be very weird. Yeah, okay, so it's gonna close in between Clock Tower and Peak. Now, there is absolutely no compound here to hold. Maybe you can stay in the insides of Factory, that little area that is cutting through it, the outside of Factory near those two big houses. But for the time being, we're gonna see a fight breaking out between Team 8 and Team 6. It's gonna be Team Anu with JSR Ansh and JSR Robin fighting against Team 8's Sumant and his friend. I don't quite catch the name because they're overlapping against each other. Yeah, okay, this is the team with Bunty and and Bubbly. Well, Bubbly is gonna be taken out. Suman is gonna be knocked out, and the kill is gonna be confirmed. Bunty is not gonna be so lucky either. Yep, he is not. Ansh is gonna take him out as well. And the peak fight comes to an end. Team 6 and Team 3 both can make their way inside the circle now, but Team 3 are not so keen on going inside the circle just yet because they know a fight has broken out and they kind of want to gatekeep Team 6. Let's see what ends up happening here.
Yeah, but they can't gatekeep Team 6 from the position they are in right now. Even they need to move into the circle and then, probably set up that gatekeep first. They'll have to move via the mansion house, and one of the teammates is already moving. The other one is keeping an eye on the enemies. So they are, they are dividing responsibilities over here, and hopefully their coordination is good enough to make that work.
Yeah, I certainly do hope so. I mean, if you don't coordinate well, you can literally never rotate inside a circle. Like, it takes so much communication, it takes so much awareness of where other teams are to do that. But Anshul, in the meantime, this is the factory area I was talking about. Not the area I was talking about where you could hold, but look at where Team 1 is positioned. They can stay inside the circle for a slight while longer if they were to venture outside this main factory building. So I like their positioning. They give themselves a fair amount of cover to work with. But over here, Ashik Pai is making his presence felt, and this is going to give Team 10's players some much needed information as to where one of the teams are, at least. He's still going to have to watch out for the other ones, but now he knows that there's going to be one team coming in from that direction, so maybe it's in his best interest to stay outside the circle and wait for that team to do something. Now, look at this. Tech K, he is single-handedly holding down two teams. It's Team 10 and Team 11 at once. And guess what? Team 4 is also joining the party because Kunal Jr. got spotted. His time turner was forced. He has a time turner on cooldown, but he still has 7 glue walls to work with, so he's not in as much trouble as one would imagine. But he still has to worry about both teams peeking him at once and pushing at the same time. Elsewhere on the map, though, Skywalker and the Jatan both are struggling for their lives here. Skywalker's at half HP, but Ansh is even lower, and Ansh is all by himself with the MP40. Can he make it work? No, he can't. Skywalker with the double barrel and jump peak is going to be the one who finds the kill, and he's going to be able to revive his teammate as well. Team Chaos, much like the name suggests, trying to create chaos, but from this position, they're finding it hard to really lock onto a target. They are still sitting duck behind a good solid cover, so there's no real way that Team Chaos can force an engagement here apart from pushing with blue walls, and they don't really want to put themselves in that situation just yet. Anshul, in the meantime, though, he might be able to force out something from Team 11, giving Team 7 an opening, but Kunal Jr. is going to be more than happy to just snag that kill away instead. And now look at this, Team 11 are under fire inside that sniper tower. They are eventually going to have to get out of there because the zone is closing in, and look at this, Kunal Jr. is not going to let them do that, Crips. They are most certainly going to end up falling over here, and Team Chaos, this is what you talked about. This is them forcing out an error from their enemies.
They set up the trap and then they spring it. They know they can smell their fear. And at this point, there's only one team remaining. They know exactly where they are. Luckily for team number 1, they have the high ground, which means they should be having slightly easier time dealing with Team Chaos. And if they're able to beat them in this fair and square 2v2 duel, then they definitely should be proud of themselves. Team Chaos, though, on the verge of winning this game, as one would expect them to, are closing in the distance. In fact, they know that team number 1 has the height advantage and the zone advantage on top of it. They do get the knock. Good stuff by them, because they were aware about the fact that if you are upstairs, then you will be able to land headshots more easily. They don't even wait for Kunal Jr. to heal up. Tech KK quickly just puts him back on full HP using the treatment gun, and the battle begins once again. Team 7 don't have a lot of permanent cover, and they need to move into the zone as well because they're just on the outskirts of it. So they can't stay here behind the glue walls and continue fighting. They need to inch their way forward. And guess what? Team number 1 is trying to stop that from happening by pushing forward themselves, hoping that there's literally no geographical room left in the server. Tech KK gets knocked out again, and the headshots from high ground are just so disastrous at this point. There's no way Team Chaos could fight that. And the win goes to Team Win.
Wow, well, that was certainly not... Okay, that was... Omens are supposed to be bad predictions, right? So there certainly wasn't a bad prediction, by the way. It was a good prediction. Their name is Win, and they actually ended up winning, so kudos to them. But Team Chaos getting a little bit ahead of themselves, trying to take that fight, towards the high ground when they don't really have any reason to do so. And of course, they end up being eliminated there, but they still make it to tomorrow. So, it doesn't really matter. Team Chaos, we're going to be seeing them tomorrow as well, competing in the BO3. But this is where things are going to get interesting, Crips, because we have seen many a times. I mean, we just saw yesterday 3 professional teams try and make it to the playoffs, and none of them did. It was actually a bunch of players who we've never heard about before making their way towards that playoff. So it was Team Global Gamers in that bracket of, I believe it was Galaxy Racers and a bunch of other players that made
Team Level as well.
Yeah, Team Level. And it was the Illuminati's team, Sixth Sense.
Yeah. It's a lot of cool names who did not make it to the tournament. Team Chaos do make it. I mean, I get it why they lost. It's easier to be on the high ground and shoot. There is a certain advantage associated to it. There's a reason why Anakin, I have the high ground. That line exists. It's easier to land headshots when you're on the high ground. But still, I wouldn't really be disappointed if I was Team Chaos. They still walk away with more kills, and even though the kills don't really convert into points, they know that the only reason they lost this time was because of their positioning, and obviously over the course of a best of 3 they can fix it tomorrow.
Absolutely. I mean, this is just, these aren't even training grounds for them. This is just probably them slacking off, goofing around and having fun. Nothing that Team Chaos is going to be too worried about. But yeah, tomorrow is when their mettle is going to be truly tested, because even some of the best in the country have failed, and it just turns out that having more experience of playing a certain mode, or playing the meta really well, can
have big consequences because placement points are favored. You can't just go around getting kills every now and then and expect to get to the top 2 or the top 1. I mean, it's not gonna happen. We saw Team 6 Sense do exactly that. So they're gonna have to switch things up, Crips, and I hope they're able to do so because I really do want to see a couple of professional teams at the very least making it to the playoffs. We have seen at least one team make it. It was Kurgovru's team. You were kind enough to point out which team it was. I think his team was called Team Enigma. At that point, yeah. So he is going to be making his way towards the main playoffs, but all these other teams, they're not. And yeah, I have to say, I'm not sure if that makes me excited or if it makes me feel bad because you're going to be seeing plenty of new faces. But this game comes to an end, Crips. We have our top 8 players. It's going to be team winners taking the first spot and team legend taking the last one. And all of these players are going to be playing again tomorrow for a shot at a big cash prize and also a slot at playoffs where they have a chance to make even more money. But we aren't done just yet, folks. हम लोग के पास अभी भी 3 और गेम्स बाकी है जो हम आपके पास लेके आएंगे, लेकिन एक छोटा सा ब्रेक लेके आएंगे. तब तक आप देख रहे हैं MediaTek presents the Free Fire Gaming Masters 2021, powered by JioGames.
Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek Hyper Engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G UltraSave is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, Expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone. Across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's Hyper Engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations, all your wireless gear will connect reliably and retain their best performance. Maximize your everyday mobile experience with advanced 4G connectivity and dual SIM. Improved video playback quality with cinema-grade visuals and support for multiple virtual assistants. Embrace AI super resolution for streaming video and teleconferencing, saving your 4G data and battery life. Capture incredibly detailed photos and superb night shots. Integrated with these advanced technologies, MediaTek Helio G95 does the hard work, ensuring your smartphone always keeps up with you, so that you can focus on the moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, देवी और सज्जनों और हमारे सारे दर्शकों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है. MediaTek presents the Free Fire Gaming Masters Quest for the Best 2021 powered by JioGames में. मेरा नाम है फ्लूकी, मेरे साथ है क्रिप्स, रोली, बिग फैट पैंडा, कानी की बीटीएल एंड डैंडबॉट. एंड हम लोग हमारे बेस्ट ऑफ 5 के तीसरे मैप पे आ चुके हैं. वापस से बर्मुडा पे प्लेन की उड़ान शुरू होगी, रिवरसाइड पे खत्म होगी क्लॉक टावर से जाते हुए पानी की तरफ. एंड क्रिप्स, hi to you dudes on being bullseye. I see a lot of teams moving towards it. Are you happy?
I am very happy indeed this time. Shipyard, graveyard, I hope those two areas are also occupied. Although that being said, I hope those two are not the only areas occupied. You get it? I mean, a lot of times people just drop in and around the high tier loot zone, but never inside it. So, yeah, I hope that doesn't happen because you see all these teams, they're just on the edge. We have Team 13 I'm sorry, not Team 13, Team 15 safely scouting it out and trying to land in Shipyard, whereas Team 13 now realizes, oh, nope, nobody is over here. The zone is up for the taking. Rasta saaf hai, chalo andar chalte hain. And oh no, wait, no, they did not decide that after all. They took a jump pad and went towards graveyard instead of going towards bullseye.
Yeah, but at least Team 15 is going to be making their way towards bullseye, so putting that area to good use. I am very surprised with the number of teams dropping in towards Rimnam Village. You know, yikes, clock tower is completely empty. No teams really making their way in that particular area, but yeah, the surrounding area is also quite free. You know, Pochinok was free, Mars Electric was free, Factory was free, and they were pretty close to the flight path as well. So no teams making their way. That does surprise me quite a bit. Instead, three teams all at once dropping inside Rimnam Village. It means you're going to get to see a lot of early action. And look at that. It's almost as if I say that the teams, get their call to start firing because Team 7 are making their presence felt and they have decent assault rifles to do it. XM8 and is that the SKS? I can't quite make out. Okay, so it's two XM8s.
Yeah, two XM8s are decent enough for firing at this mid-range. Although there are plenty of teams in and around the Rimnam village area. I counted at least 3 of them over here. यहाँ पे उनमें से Team GLC already, Rimnam के main mansion भी नहीं बोल सकते यार इसको. तो क्या बोलेंगे इसको? I guess I can call it a hotel because it has so many rooms and it's like one of the only houses on the island, right? And if you're on an island, like a private island like that, it has to be a hotel. It can't be a castle for sure. Island पे कौन castle बनाता है? Unless you're trying to go for something like moat house. But
unless you're rich enough to buy your own island.
If you're rich enough to buy your own island, but then why would you buy it next to a village? Maybe it's a fishing village. The head fisherman lives there. I don't know. I'm not here to theory craft about what the lives of people of Bermuda would be like.
Rimnam village.
Like, yeah, I mean, if this was like a proper residential island, with shipyard and people coming in and going every week, and this was a regular place for regular people instead of being a battleground, yeah, maybe then we could have speculated about that. But for now, we are in graveyard where the high tail zone is just right next to them. They can literally see it, but they're not going there. That's okay. I mean, as long as they get what they want, I'm happy with that. Either way, when the first circle does close in, all these teams in Shipyard, Graveyard, Observatory, all of them will have to leave nonetheless, unless the circle actually goes towards them, which I don't think is going to be the case. So, yeah, they'll still end up fighting each other, and honestly, that's the only thing I'm waiting for.
Yeah, I mean, this early fight should take place because the teams did decide to drop altogether at Rimnam Village. It always defies common sense as to why you would drop in a place that is being contested by another team instead of just, making your way in a place where there is no one else. Wow, he looks really, really cool. I like the aesthetic he's going for, like futuristic cyber warrior from some tribe or something. Sounds very, seems like this is like 1,000 years into the future. Like this is what... soldiers, or this is what mercenaries are going to look like. But just to move.
Okay.
Mercenaries, private military organizations, whatever the hell we have, 1,000 years down the line.
We had that whole Terminator discussion yesterday, and this is also very much along the lines of at least Cyberpunk, if not Terminator.
Yeah, I'm not so, Chris. This is where I go slightly off brand. There is a game called Tribes Ascend. It was a very Tribes is a very old FPS game. It's back from the days of Quake, and then back then you used to have like
Oh,
all
okay.
these futuristic looking costumes, and this really reminds me of that. So if anyone's out there and if you've been around since the 90s playing games, you probably know what I'm talking about. Looks very similar to that, but in case you haven't played Tribes ever, check it out. It's a very, very fast-paced shooter. I mean, back when fast-paced shooters were a thing, this was like one of the fastest shooters there is out there. The movement in that game was very smooth. But enough about that. Let's talk more about Free Fire. The circle is going to close in, Crips. It's going to be closing in towards the clock tower peak area. Now, towards the southern end of the circle, there's Mars Electric, and towards the northern end, there's Plantation. So it is almost a perfect center circle. But yeah, eventually, some of these teams are going to have to make their way towards Peak and Bhima Shakti Strip, which are completely unoccupied for the time being. And rotations to that area are going to be difficult because look at the north. Western or northeastern? I think this is the northwestern part of the map. Yeah, at the northwestern part
Yeah.
of the map, we have Team 13, 9, and 8 all battling each other out. So rotations for them towards this area are going to be very, very difficult.
Katulistwa, they're still holding on to it. None of the teams are even trying to go towards Plantation. और ऐसा भी नहीं कि कोई टीम नीचे जाके हैंगर से आने की कोशिश करेगी. अगर कोई करेगी तो उनको भी दिक्कत हो सकती है because हैंगर भी occupied है यहाँ पे. सिर्फ प्लांटेशन का एरिया सेफ है. प्लांटेशन से भी आके आप ज़्यादा क्या बीमा शक्ति में आके रुकोगे? So yeah, Bhima Sakti and maybe even Katli is about to turn into the hub of all fights. But for now, एक fight हमें यहाँ पे दिखने में शुरू हो चुकी है and वो हो रही है रिमनाम विलेज पे. And ये fight काफी time से brew हो रही है. We've been seeing this rivalry go on since the last 2-3 minutes, but now they finally start taking shots at each other. And I have no idea why his teammate is not being revived. उनको रिवाइव करने का बहुत अच्छा मौका था लेकिन अब जाके उन्होंने किया and I guess it's a bit too late right now, but luckily for them GLC whiffs most of his shot up close and personal, so they'll be able to not only revive their teammate but also kill one of their opponents, get the other person back online in time for the second fight, and here comes the cavalry और वो double vector लेके आ रहे हैं, which means he should be able to shred them all, and उन्होंने बदला ले लिया है अपने मरे हुए teammate का.
Yeah, I mean, he's able to find revenge at the very least, but he's going to be alone for the rest of the game, and with 13 players still remaining, it's going to be hard for him to qualify at this rate. I do see Team Eras over here. They're stuck between this maze of glue walls they've created for themselves, and Team 8 are on either end of it, so getting out of this one without a fight is just not an option. Ranja has the double-barreled shotguns. Look at those grenades pouring in. Ranja is... he is a little bit terrified, and he is going to pop some glue walls behind him as a result. But he's also scared of closing the distance because I think there's a double-barreled shotgun in Suresh 07's hand, and yeah, he doesn't really want to know what lead tastes like, at least from that particular weapon. But Ranja is going to be able to heal himself back up. Suresh is going to turn around, try to fight against Papa, but Papa with the AK-47 is going to get the knock towards Suresh. It's actually Ranja who comes in with a double barrel and secures that one for him. And now he's turning his attention towards the second standing member, Didyut, and he is not going to be alive for much longer here. He's getting sandwiched from both sides, Chris. The only thing he can really do is jump off the bridge, and he won't even be allowed to do that because Papa comes in with the MP40. Man.
The only way to defend yourself from a crossfire like this is to attack. Attack is the best defense. That's kind of what happens in this situation. You're being surrounded on both the sides by players. The best that you can do is team up, kill one player on one side, and then isolate the other guy. Then the advantage automatically just shifts in your favor. You can't really just stay there and hope that you will be able to survive this little crunch from both the sides.
Exactly. I mean, this is why, glue walls end up playing such a big factor in this game. If you're able to block that one side off and just take that 2v1 on the other side, all of a sudden that crossfire looks mighty silly and their rotation looks very, very stupid. But, yeah, I mean, you need glue walls to be able to do that, and you may not always have those resources at your disposal. For now, we're going to turn our attention towards Bhima Shakti Strip. Team 4 has made their way over here. They're going to be able to hold on for quite a while because I don't see any teams contesting them just yet. Well, as soon as I say that, Team 8 actually starts showing across the map as they're moving in towards that silo area. But yeah, this is once again going to be a very similar finish to last game. Circle closing in near Peak, Factory, and Clock Tower. And a little bit of Bhima Shakti Strip in there and Pochanok as well. So yeah, we should be seeing as many of these teams start rotating in. But the northwestern part of the map is going to be very, very clustered here with tons and tons of teams trying to close in towards Bhima Shakti. Papa and Ranja, they're both going to try and make their way inside the circle first before taking any engagements, and they are going to be successful in doing so. Team 15 don't really have the weaponry nor the will to sort of gatekeep them and prevent them from getting in there. Maybe if they had an M82B or an SVD in hand, this rotation could have been stopped, but it's not going to be. And with the UAV overhead, I think Team 8 can make a big brain play and just stay inside there. Eventually, that UAV will reveal that there are teams or that there are players out in the open, and they could use that information to their advantage. But instead, they're just going to go deeper inside the circle crypts, and I don't really blame them. Bhima Shakti Strip, it has a lot of compounds to offer.
Yeah, way too many, to be honest. And if they try to occupy the one on top of this hill, the one that I spoke about earlier, then they will have prime position. From this area, they can keep an eye on Clock Tower, Factory, even the teams coming in from Peak. They will be, gate kept, and they are indeed going for that compound. So team number 8 definitely has themselves the positional advantage over here. But for this particular fight, and for this fight only, team number 4 has the high ground. Now, that doesn't mean they have the advantage over here. If team 8 don't reveal themselves, if they don't fight on the high ground, then they will be forced to come down and bring the battle to them on an even ground. And of course, at that point, the height advantage won't really matter.
Yeah, I mean, but what Team 8 do have working for them is that they could just walk up the L-shaped house and use that vantage point to their advantage and prevent Team 4 from coming down. Coming downhill is even harder because you can't really deploy glue walls for cover that much. If you do, you end up blocking your own movement. So that's always very, very problematic to deal with. Again, versus like going uphill where you can deploy glue walls quite far from you and they'll give you ample of cover to work with. The enemy won't have an angle on you. So yeah, let's see if they do end up doing that. But for now, it seems that Beast CK, he's ventured out and looks like he's going to be taken down here by Team 14. And Team 14, all of a sudden, turning the tide of battle. They are going to be able to isolate the second player. And I don't think he's going to be lucky enough to survive because the Woodpecker at this distance does a lot of work. But he's missing his shots. Current 6 is not able to connect. But Adi will do the work. He has the M249 in his hands and it does not miss at that distance. 9 med gets 15 glue walls. Yeah, safe to say these guys are geared up for the late game. But Team 8, they are also turning their attention towards Team 14 Crips, and I think that Team 14 might be in for more of a fight than they initially imagined themselves signing up for.
Yeah, but they did put a little ground in between themselves and Team 8, and because Team 8 has such a good position, I don't think they will leave it to chase them. So Team 14 can find themselves in the center of the circle, at least for now. At least until the next circle, and we will see where the next one goes. It is directly on Peak. Well, Team 14 now, they don't find themselves in the center anymore. They find themselves on the edge with a wonderful opportunity and a great compound to gatekeep a lot of teams.
Yeah, I mean, Peak is going to be that area which, if you're already inside of it, you're going to have such a massive advantage to work with, preventing all of these teams from coming in. But GLC, oh no, this might not be the smartest decision you're making, my friend. You're in a 2v1 situation. You peek your head out, there's an M82B waiting right around the corner to try and eliminate you. But that grenade is not going to land. It's not going to do work. But God, in the meantime, he actually got picked off by someone else. Bree is able to get the shot with the ARM. And now SK, he could end up going down here if Han LC decides to push. He does not know yet that God is down, but wait, no, he actually does. He sees him. He's going to turn his attention towards him, start firing. His teammate needs to provide him cover. Where is the cover? It's not coming through. And LC is going to be able to capitalize. Mauke pe chauka marna isko bolte, and he has done exactly that. SK now caught in a 1v1 Crips. I don't imagine this ends well for him because the high ground does not belong to him. And that grenade, it deals 160 damage to him.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage. Han should probably move in to finish him off right now. Otherwise, his opponent will just heal up and all that damage won't really accomplish much. Unfortunately, the heal does come through. So now he's just going to have to try and gatekeep him. A lot of zone damage dealt already, but he's going to go around the glue wall outside the zone himself to pick up this fight. And he is able to win it. Good stuff right there.
Yeah, great stuff coming out there by Team 3's Han LC. I mean, surviving this long and, making the most out of situations he finds himself in. Yes, there's an element of luck, but he still capitalized on them. So good on him. But okay. He was able to protect himself from getting run over by the car. The glue wall comes in the nick of time. Elsewhere on the map, though, Effie, Spidey, and Arshul, they're going to be in a bit of trouble over here. But Team 6, elsewhere on the map. Are they coming in for round 2 to try and get that kill with the car? I hope not. I hope that
They
player number
already
3 is able to... Oh, they killed him.
they already killed him.
Oh,
And
man.
even Spidey died to the zone, unfortunately. Looks like even after getting bit by a magic spider, you can save yourself from radioactivity, but you can't save yourself from the zone.
Yeah, if only he had a grappling hook, much like Spider-Man himself, he too could get himself out of the situation, just run away. He won't be a friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. He'd be a friendly, actually not a very friendly, rather than unfriendly neighborhood grapple hook man who likes to kill people with shotguns and deploy glue walls in weird places. But Team 14, in the meantime, they are going to be taking this fight against Team 8. There is an ice gun in the hands of Ranja, and he used it pretty well to give himself some cover, move it a little bit forward so he can work with it. But now Adi is going to peek out with the M249 saw. And yeah, that weapon does not run out of bullets very easily. He is going in Rambo style. Current 62, he's going to get the first knock with the help of the headshot. And Ranja, he might not be able to revive his teammate in the nick of time. Look at Adi, he's pushing forward with all of his glue walls, cooking that grenade, priming it up, tossing it out. The time turner, well, it is going to be popped just for that extra layer of safety. It looks like teammate will be able to make it out of this one alive. The glue wall comes in. No, Papa is going to be outside the zone and knocked out. There's no way he can revive him. And now Ranja is going to meet his makers as well as Adi. With the 10-14 at close range will secure the kill. And now they're going to move inside the circle crypts. 6 teams remaining. The 5th circle about to spawn. Yeah, not something we're used to seeing in Bermuda, but almost all of that action is concentrated towards the northeast part of the map, but there's a compound there, and we're going to see where the circle goes. It goes towards the southeast part of the map, completely empty for the time being. Team 14, they're just biding their time and waiting for this double balcony madness to end, Crips.
Oh, this is madness indeed. I have never seen so many people share one compound first. I used to say that 3 teams sharing a compound is impossible, but here we have almost 4 of them. We have Team Team Batu on the balcony. We have probably 1 team inside on the first floor. Actually, 3 teams on the ground floor, and Team King, they end up dying first. And they don't have any time to heal themselves. They don't need to, luckily, but there is another team in the room nearby. I hope they're able to find them. I don't know why Batu just threw that nade to reveal his own position. That could have been counterproductive. But now the zone's gonna start shrinking, and let's see which one of them is able to get inside first. यहाँ पे DSS को गोलियां पड़ रही है क्रेजी आदि से, जो कि ऑलरेडी जोन के अंदर आने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं दूसरे तरफ से. यहाँ पे टीम 14 को कितना ज्यादा एडवांटेज है, because they can just keep stealing kills away from everyone. And look at this madness. Some people dying to the zone, some people dying to shotguns, and here we have Bhari. He locked himself out of the zone in that glue wall. His teammate is able to get in time, but no, it's not his teammate actually. It's a member from Team 12 who's just barely surviving at 20 HP, somehow trying to juke in and around the glue walls, hoping that he's able to find a little place to hide and heal himself in. But that won't be happening. A madness of at least 4 teams on one side, and then Team Nutty Jr. on the other side. You can already imagine what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, there were so many teams concentrated near the double balcony compound, Chris. Looks like they've been hearing you cast, and they've been hearing you, sing the praises for that compound, and everyone just wants a piece of that real estate. But that leaves Team 14 completely open. There's no one to really, prevent them from doing whatever the hell they want. And at that point, Team 14, all they really had to do was just keep their phone aside, wait, and then pick it back up and finish off the strugglers who were trying to make it inside the circle. Not strugglers, actually, stragglers. That's the more appropriate word to use here. But as a result, Team Naughty Junior are able to find themselves the booyah. And turns out that sometimes it's not how much you can do, but how little you can do that matters. Because Team 14 or Team Naughty Junior, yeah, they were very, very happily just sinking deeper into their chairs, relaxing while the fights played themselves out.
Yeah, they had no stress at all whatsoever. Like, you can see that at one point they were trying to figure out, hey, we see way too many people over there. Do you think there's people coming from elsewhere? And his teammate was probably like, nah bro, I don't really see anyone else. So let's just focus on this area and work on picking up all these kills for ourselves. So they don't only get the booyah, they can probably steal a couple of kills and maybe boost up their kill points as well. Either way, they did win. So I mean, they have already qualified. And I guess pretty much all the teams in last circle have qualified, because 8 of them will move on to the matches tomorrow. But I would like to point out this particular battle where Team 13 was trapped in between the 2 players of Team 8 who were just closing in on them from both sides of the bridge. Yeah, at this point, just focus on attacking one person and you should be able to get out of trouble.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they did, you know. I mean, sorry, that's exactly what they didn't do. They instead tried to take two separate 1v1s, and it just doesn't end up favoring them. Instead, maybe if they use the glue also block one area off, like you mentioned, and take the 2v1, they'd have a much better chance surviving. But yeah, nerves can be an issue, Crips, when you know, you get yourself into open qualifiers. You're thinking to yourself, oh man, all these teams, they're so good. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? It ends up affecting your performance. So I hope that if it is indeed an issue of nerves, it does not happen again, because yeah, if you want to compete at this level, then you gotta get over those nerves. You can't let them hold you back, because you gotta keep making mistakes like those if you're anxious and if you're constantly criticizing every single move you make. But yeah, Team 14, this was the only real fight that mattered, and they won it. And after that, it was just a series, or it was just a waiting game, you know, taking it simple, using their long-range weaponry to gatekeep all of these teams from coming in. Poor Team 11's member, he was out of glue walls. He was trying to run behind cover, but everything was blocked off. And at this point, the zone was doing most of the work for them. Man.
Yeah. They made the zone their friend. They made it do all the dirty work, and then they just positioned themselves to lap up all the kills that the zone drops into their jholi, as my mother would like to say in Hindi. Jholi mein sare kills gira dena ya fir sare points gira dena. That's what happens. And look at the sheer number of kill points they have. 9 kills. Yeah, that just tells you everything you need to know about this game. They had it pretty easy for themselves, partially because of, you know, having the zone go in their favor, partially because positioning themselves right. Let's see if they're able to repeat the magic tomorrow.
Yeah, most certainly. They can have a second chance tomorrow to get themselves some money and possibly set themselves up for even more money in the playoffs. But हमारे पास अभी भी 2 और गेम बाकी है, क्योंकि हम best of 5 में हैं. Actually, not even a best of 5. हम लोग actually सिर्फ 5 qualify games के लिए देखने के लिए कि कल के लिए कौन qualify होगा. तो अगर आप जानना चाहते हैं कि you know, कोई professional teams आने वाली है नहीं, आपको ये stream पे बने रहना पड़ेगा. तब तक आप देख रहे हैं MediaTek presents the Free Fire Gaming Masters 2021, powered by JioGames.
Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek hyper-engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G UltraSave is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's hyper-engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations, all your wireless gear will connect reliably and retain their best performance. Maximize your everyday mobile experience with advanced 4G connectivity and dual SIM. Improved video playback quality with cinema-grade visuals and support for multiple virtual assistants. Embrace AI super resolution for streaming video and teleconferencing, saving your 4G data and battery life. Capture incredibly detailed photos and superb night shots. Integrated with these advanced technologies, MediaTek Helio G95 does the hard work, ensuring your smartphone always keeps up with you, so that you can focus on the moment.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, देवी और सज्जनों, हमारे सारे दर्शकों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है। MediaTek presents the Free Fire Gaming Masters 2021 Quest for the Best में powered by JioGames। मेरा नाम है फ्लूकी, मेरे साथ है क्रिप्स, रोली, बिग बैट पैंडा, काली की बीट हिल, नैन द बॉट, और हम हमारे 5 क्वालिफायर मैचेस के चौथे मैप पे आ चुके हैं, वापस से बर्मुडा पर। इस बार प्लेन की उड़ान थोड़ी ऑकवर्ड है क्रिप्स, क्योंकि ये वेस्टर्न पार्ट से शुरू होकर ईस्टर्न पार्ट पे खत्म हो रहा है, and the high tier loot zone is all the way down in Mars Electric, so it's quite far from the flight path. I'm quite
Yeah.
interested to see if any team actually does go there.
I'm not sure if they will go to the the high tier loot zone Mars Electric itself. लेकिन इस बार एक opposite change हुआ है from the previous game. पहले जो loot zone था वो ऊपर की तरफ बुलजाई में बना था, तो बहुत सारी टीम्स हमें वो एरिया में जाते हुए दिख रही थी। इस बार हम लोग को बैरली कोई टीम जाती हुई दिख रही है ऊपर के एरिया में। सिर्फ एक टीम नंबर 7 है जो कि प्लांटेशन में गई है। Surprisingly, a lot of teams going towards Mill and Riverside, which is like the one area which I expected to be the least contested area. Bhima Sakti, Clock Tower, Hangar, Peak, सबका सब खाली. And even when we have 8 teams, यानी कि ये सबके सब already qualify कर चुके हैं. Even with only 8 teams in the server, we have an early game fight. I appreciate that.
Yep.
Players have nothing to lose. Let's just get done with this nice and quickly. Sol Ramiz and DL Lucci. DL Lucci ki D Lucci? I don't know. I think he's trying to go for Rob D Lucci, the fictional panther. I mean that's the only character that I remember which has a similar name from the anime One Piece. He was a villain. So I'm not sure if he's going for that name, but that's the only name I can remember. Yeah. So Sol Ramiz and D Lucci from Team Delhi, and on the opposite side, on the northern side, we have Lazy Boy and Shubham. Okay. Let's see if he's lazy enough to take these shots. They probably should have been, hearing each other, or they at least should have realized that someone parachuted right next to them. Hopefully, they're not lazy enough to even fight over here at all. There's really no stakes in this game, right?
Yeah, there's absolutely no stakes in this game, Crip. So every single one of these teams are going to qualify top 8. That's the rule. So yeah, all of these teams are making it to tomorrow. But now it's just going to be a weapon measuring contest. My weapon is much bigger than yours. My arm is much bigger than yours. It's going to be about that. So we'll see which one of these players does end up proving who's better at the game. I do think, they did notice them drop in, Chris. You were asking me about that. So yeah, I mean they're not lazy enough to not turn the camera around and look at these teams parachuting right next to them. Thankfully, they're active enough to do that at the very least. So we'll see if that ends up happening. But yeah, Team 3 and Team 5 facing off against each other this early on. Let's see who comes out on top. Soul Ramscat में double vectors at this distance. Those weapons do shred. Shubham K is unfortunate enough to come in the crosshair of Ramiz actually, but he does not actually connect those shots. Lazy Boy with the M249 providing cover fire. देखते हैं सोल रमीज यहाँ पे क्या कर पाते हैं. Oh no, Lucy is gonna get knocked down in the meantime. He tried to push it from behind, but he's not gonna be able to connect, and now Ramiz is gonna be taken out eventually, slowly but surely. Well, Crips, looks like the villain always does lose in the end, as Lucy ends up being knocked down, and his teammate is gonna be left to his own devices.
Well, you did say that it's about how big your weapons are. Like, my arm is bigger than yours, but I'm not sure if he was trying to show off the size of his weapons, but he definitely had a little bit of ego in the number of weapons he was holding. So, yeah, 2 guns, you still can't beat the MP40.
Good old MP40. Been working since World War II.
Working and serving since World War II.
Yep.
World War One?
I'm not actually sure. I actually don't know about this weapon in particular, but I do remember when I played Call of Duty 3, the MP40 was literally the most common weapon there was. So I just got used to picking it up and using it as my favorite weapon. But yeah, the MP40 has been around for quite a while, Chris. It's almost going to be 100 years in, I'd say, by 2030 or 2040 of that same weapon. Wow.
Wow. Okay. It's a long time for a projectile-based weapon to be around, right? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't know. People fighting World War II would have probably thought that the wars in the future would be fought with futuristic laser weapons and whatnot. And I mean, Free Fire does live up to that. They have plasma gun and whatnot, but Yeah, some weapons are still just there. The Kar 98, the Thompson, the MP40. I think the Thompson is even older than MP40.
Yeah, the Thompson is very, very old. That's where the name Tommy gun comes from, apparently. I think Tommy gun was like the design for the Tommy gun was borrowed from the Thompson. I could be wrong. My weapon history is not up to date. I used to be very nerdy about these things when I was younger. Just go on Google and look these things up. But yeah, I've stopped doing that now because I spend my time playing more video games instead. But the first circle, Crips, wow, this is a very, very interesting circle. This time around, there is going to be Bhima Shakti Strip and Peak in it, but it's very, very likely we don't get to see that standard Bermuda finish, which is usually somewhere between Peak and all the surrounding areas. So yeah, this one should be exciting.
No, Floki, I disagree with you. This is not at all an interesting circle. There's no fights happening, bro.
Yeah, the
Literally no
circle is
fights happening.
interesting. The circle is interesting, Tips. The players are not. The players are playing it very, very safe, even though they've all qualified.
Ah,
So,
okay, yeah. See,
you
that's
know,
how you gotta put it. Like you gotta put it like that in order to make sense. Um,
yeah.
two teams in Cape Town, though it does kind of surprise me because I kind of expected none of the teams to be here. One of them happens to be Soul Rameez, who just ran away from Mill. And it seems like even our observers are going for a lovely little stroll inside the nuclear silo on Bhima Sakti. And then they're going to phase right through it like X-Men. Okay.
hmm Yeah.
I
Who
didn't know
is
they could do
that
that.
mutant that has the ability to phase through walls?
I kind of forgot her name. Hold on, let me Google it.
Yeah, I remember the scene where she's running away from Juggernaut, and then Juggernaut just decides to break all the walls there are and to try and find her. It's a pretty hilarious scene, but yeah,
It was
looks
Kitty.
like observers have similar powers. Skitty, okay. Looks like observers have the power of Skitty. But the observers really do love that shot at Bhima Shakti Strip. They always go inside the silo, diving in, and then coming out of it. Very, very interesting. But yeah, Chris, the circle closing in. Let's see where these teams, make their way. For now, they're going to be closing in from the eastern part of the map, from Riverside and Peak. But yeah, the circle is quite open over there. No teams have really occupied any compounds in Peak, so I'm guessing this should be fairly straightforward to get inside. No, not a lot of action until at least the second or third circle, at the very least. Or maybe we'll see some when Team 4 goes in, but yeah, it's very, very unlikely to happen. Because Team 1 and Team 3 are quite close to them, so yeah.
I do think that they probably might run into each other while they're trying to rotate, unless one of them decides to pluck up a jump pad and then straight up get to peak right away. I don't think these teams will make it to the edge of the circle. They probably will run into each other before they do so. In fact, Sol Rameez definitely will, because he's not on top of the bridge anymore, so he's going to have to come closer and closer to Team 1 in order to actually rotate into the zone. And yeah, he's going to have to climb up that hill in order to make it. And team number 1, they are waiting for him. It seems like Rameez is walking into a trap, and I'm not sure if he's aware about it. A machete in hand, probably waiting for something to happen, but he's going to be able to find a safe little passage from under the hill. At this point, they're within earshot distance of each other. And there you go. The double vectors come out. The first knock is here. Soul Rameez, he is trying to survive. What? Why is he not engaging? Why did you just let him pass right past him? He is somehow trying to avoid the guy inside the chrono shield, puts up 2 blue walls just to save himself, and then goes around the other side to finish him off. Good stuff by Soul Rameez over here. A 1 versus 2 clutch against Halfside Gaming. And that is how you win the first battle. If only he was able to do so in the battle before, he probably could have saved his teammate.
Yeah, I mean, he most certainly could have scripts, but I have to say, taking that 1v2, it would have literally never happened if it was any other weapon apart from the vectors. The double vectors, man, they are so good at this distance. You don't even have to use your brain. You just, you don't even have to know how to aim. You just point in their general direction and shoot that thing, and it does most of the work for you. So yeah, great stuff by him, using that double vectors to its fullest effect, but he still has to worry about getting inside the circle, and that is going to be an ordeal in itself. Let's see if he can do that.
To be honest, I'm not sure if he can. I'm not sure if anyone can. The circle once again moves towards Bhima Sakti and Katli Sutwa, although this time it is not one of your standard Bermuda circles. It's going towards the northwestern part. Even Observatory and Graveyard get to be a part of this. To be honest, both these areas almost never find themselves in the zone. So I'm kind of happy that the players in Observatory, Graveyard, and all these areas will be able to battle here once again. They'll be like, yes, finally, it's our time to shine. We've been dropping here. We know this area like the back of our hand, but we never get to fight here. So, yeah, their wishes will be fulfilled.
Absolutely. I mean, their wishes certainly will be fulfilled as they get to take a fight here. But I wonder if they're capable enough to see that fight through because they're going to get backstabbed by Team 8 pretty soon. Team 5, they are possibly between a rock and a hard place, but Royal Hacker decides to move, so maybe this opens things up for them to push ahead. Let's see what they decide to do here. Team 8 in the meantime, they're going to establish their foothold in Bhima Shakti Strip. Maybe they decide to push here in the Sniper Tower. If they have utilities, this could be very bad for Team 5 because those grenades, yeah, they can really force you to start moving inside those Sniper Towers. I don't see any on Amit. Maybe his teammate Amar has some, but if they do decide to push there, they will be requiring those grenades to work with.
Honestly, the grenades and all the other utilities and maybe landmines, I'm not sure if they will be of significance in a zone like this. Unless the teams just keep each other alive until the very last circle, I don't think you will be getting an opportunity to use those nades because there's so few players alive. I don't know, probably you just see someone and you shoot him in the head, and yeah, that's gonna be the end of that. You will probably not even get up close to use the nades. But I guess we'll have to see because so far none of the teams are trying to fight each other. Just kill each other already. You've already qualified. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting
Great
for?
question. What are you waiting for? I don't know which
Tell
song that's
me
from, but
like
I
you
remember there's a
do.
song that goes like that. Oh yeah, there you go. That's the song you're talking about.
I'm
Oh
surprised I
man.
know the song and you don't. Okay.
No, I've heard the name. I've heard the song. I don't remember the name of the song. I remember tunes and lyrics sometimes. I just can't be bothered to look up the name of every single song I like, man. There's just too many.
Yeah.
You know, I rejoice
Yeah.
when they play, and I get deeply saddened and turn anxious when they don't. So there's that. But
I mean,
jokes aside,
to be fair,
Crips, yeah,
yeah. Go ahead. Jokes aside, I mean, I still want to make one more joke before we move
go
on.
for it.
I'm just
Go
a
for
little. Okay, now I know why that was happening. So I was really confused why Royal Hacker is trying to go outside the zone even when there's so few players alive. Then I saw him go towards the airdrop, pick up something, and then then find his way back inside. So now I know why he went in there. But unfortunately, as he tries to make his way inside, they're gonna try to keep him out. At this point, Lazy Boy and Shubham are firing away at one particular team, and that team was team number 2 from Royal Hackers, but then somehow Noobs finds themselves over here, and I am not sure why he's still here. There was an airdrop as well, and there was a little monster truck. Is that a monster truck or is that a regular vehicle? I think that's a regular vehicle that he has in his control. So yeah, he was able to get towards that airdrop, maybe find some good loot. I hope he found something nice. I hope it was worth the risk. Speaking of loot,
Yeah.
though, team number 6 has the better loot over here because they've got the grenade launcher, I believe. Even an M249, which means you can just tear these glue walls apart like anything.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if they're actually able to do that. Actually able to tear those glue walls apart. So far, none have been deployed. So yeah, they're just gonna pop the time turner and run instead, Team 6. But Chris, the circle is closing in a very interesting area. I have to say, this circle is really not disappointing me. I'm gonna get to see something new. Thankfully, in this area, there are so many trees to work around that you can actually isolate those 1v2s if you just deploy a couple of glue walls to work with. You do want to make sure you don't get surrounded though, so maybe there is some merit to getting deeper inside the circle. For now, Celtics Gamer, ke dono members, Celtics Fab and Gamer, they're actually from Team Arc. This really confuses me. They have Celtics in their name, but the team name is Akash. Isn't your team supposed to be named Celtics if you're gonna use the Celtics prefix? Come on, guys, it's not rocket science. It's just simple nomenclature. You guys should be able to figure this stuff out. Maybe they're from Celtics clan, or maybe their squad is called Celtics. Maybe Yeah, just two players trying to play together. But Celtics gamer in the meantime is going to be knocked out. His friend though, Celtics Fab, is not going to be able to close the distance in the nick of time. Gets gate kept by Amit with the Groza, and yeah, he's going to be quite happy with those kills. Let's see what else they're able to do here. Amma, he has the double barrel shotgun in his hand. Maybe he can start looping around and try and secure the kill. Oh, the hand cannon actually doing some work for a change. Not a statement that I thought I would be saying anytime soon, but I do. That hand cannon is actually going to be able to secure himself one kill, and now they're caught in a 2v3. But Soul Ramiz, he has a double vectors, Chris, and we've already seen him pull off a 1v2. If he does it again, I'm going to be very, very impressed.
Yeah, but in order to pull off that 1v2, he's going to have to get up close and personal against the players of team number 8, who currently are holding the high ground, cell phone tower, and they're very far away from Soul Ramiz. Luckily, he doesn't need to move. Neither do they. They can just chill here. The zone eventually will, force them to come close to each other. But Soul Ramiz out in the open. He is in dangerous water right now because he can get shot. And now they finally reveal their positions. Soul Ramiz knows exactly where they are. If he wants, he can even, glue all up to them and try to fight them right there. Or he could just stay here and wait for them to come downstairs, find out where the last team is, and then hopefully get team number 8 and 5 to fight each other.
Yeah, I mean, let's see if they do end up fighting each other, but for the time being, they are not going to do so. Soul Ramiz is just going to hold on to his SKS for the time being, Krebs. He is
he switched.
going to be... Yeah, he switched from the double vectors to this weapon, like you rightfully mentioned. So he does have the mid-range advantage, and he's actually isolating his fights. I like what he's doing here. He also has a fair amount of medkits and glue walls to work with. If he uses them smartly, he could win this one, but he's getting pushed by both players at the same time. They don't want to give him any opportunities to work with Grips. One time turner has been used by Amit. Maybe a second one is available onto Amar. We'll only know when they start pushing in and closing the distance. But all this firing, it's actually going to alert Team 5 to the position of both of these teams, and they're going to try to third-party this. He's just going to wait patiently and wait for this one to finish out. And look at that. I like the move Soul Ramiz makes. He gets the hell out of here. Now Team 5 and Team 8 are going to be caught in a crossfire. They're going to be stuck battling each other instead of taking down the one member who's all by himself. Let's see if they have a mutual unsaid agreement to hunt down Soul Ramiz first. Team 5, they are going to do that. They're also going to spot out the time turner, so they will know that there is a player in there. Let's see if they decide to push though. Lazy Boy looking to go forward from inside the house. Crips, he is not really pushing just yet. And this means that Ramiz is going to be able to get deeper and deeper inside the circle. Now there is a compound that teammate can hold inside the circle already. So most likely Ramiz will be eliminated over here because first up, he's out in the open, and second of all, teammate don't really have to move until Team 5 finish that engagement. So both of these players are going to try to third party. Ramiz though, he is not willing to go down that easily. He is taking the fight to them. He is challenging them, asking them to come out in the open with his MG. I'm not even sure what machine gun this is. I believe this is what machine gun is this called, Chris? M60. Yeah, there we go. I was going to say the MG40 and I realized, no, that's the MP40, Floki. You need to get your brain checked. But yeah, it's the M60 and that distance, I'm not sure if it's the best weapon to work with. He is making it work though. He connects one headshot with it. Good stuff. Can he find the second one? That's the question. Team 5, well, they smell blood in the water, and like sharks, they're going to start circling Ramiz's position. Ramiz, he's going to have to drop down from the balcony to his own death if he wants to live here. He's now equipped the double-barrel shotgun. He's still not dropping down. He might just end up dying to the zone, and yes, he will be eliminated eventually. Now it's going to be a 2v2, Crips, what we've been waiting for all along, but they're at a disadvantage already. Team BV, Shivam, he's heating himself back up, and look at that hand cannon shot, dealing damage to both of the players at the same time, but Amit is going to be knocked out by the zone in the meantime, and this is going to give Team 5 the opportunity to double peek his opponents, and Hope are going to be the ones who get themselves the booyah, the action close and faster than I could speak, and that's going to be the end of that.
Well, there goes the game. Team Hope does win it. To be honest, we kind of had to wait for it. There was a lot of waiting for the final fight, and when it did start towards Katli Sudha, I was kind of happy because I liked the way how Soul Ramiz was running around from house to house trying to isolate them, but they were never just giving him free 1v1s. In fact, at one point, he just gave up on the idea of fighting them and he just tried to run, hoping that these two teams would kill each other first and he would be able to survive up into the second place, but that did not happen. Either way, it's fine because all of them have qualified nonetheless. It's like a default win. That's what happens when there's way too less people in the server. But at least this 1v2 clutch that Soul Rameez was able to do is impressive. He does finish at the 3rd place, along with a nice little stylish highlight reel for himself. I think he should be happy with the games that he played today.
Yeah, he most certainly should be. I mean, able to survive that long, get himself to top 3. Yeah, he's going to be kicking himself because he, couldn't really drop off the balcony in time and deploy glue walls, and maybe he could have extended his chances there. But still, he's played well, so, he's done his part. I hope he takes his chance to improve and tries to figure out the little mechanical errors that he made. Work on those kinks a little bit, and he's going to be a pretty decent player. But, yeah, I have to say, there was... There's pretty much no competition here. Pretty much every single player qualified for this. So you're really just playing for the honor and for the sake of the booyah, and not much else.
See how desperately Soul Rameez over here was trying to just praying to God that the other 2 teams end up killing themselves first. Team BB, Amit, Amar, Lazy Boy, and Shubham. He was hoping they end up fighting first, but nah, they saved that battle for the last. And in the end, Team Best of Noob did die. It is a great game in favor of Team Hope. I don't know how the standings showed there to be 12 teams. I'm pretty sure we saw only 8 of them. But yeah, I mean, kudos to the top 8 teams. They just had to show up and they are able to qualify. Well, that was it from game number 4, folks. Let's hope the next game is a little more fast-paced and more entertaining. There is one more game in store though, so I hope you guys stay here and watch that before you tune out. You are watching the MediaTek Presents Free Fire Gaming Masters powered by JioGames. We will see you in just a little bit.
Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek Hyper Engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G Ultra Save is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's Hyper Engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations, all your wireless gear will connect reliably and retain their best performance. Maximize your everyday mobile experience with advanced 4G connectivity and dual SIM. Improved video playback quality with cinema-grade visuals and support for multiple virtual assistants. Embrace AI super resolution for streaming video and teleconferencing, saving your 4G data and battery life. Capture incredibly detailed photos and superb night shots. Integrated with these advanced technologies, MediaTek Helio G95 does the hard work, ensuring your smartphone always keeps up with you, so that you can focus on the moment.
लेडीज एंड जेंटलमैन, देवी और सज्जनों और हमारे सारे दर्शकों का एक बार फिर से स्वागत है मीडियाटेक प्रेजेंट्स द फ्री फायर गेमिंग मास्टर्स क्वेस्ट फॉर द बेस्ट 2021 पावर्ड बाय जियो गेम्स में। मेरा नाम है फ्लूकी, मेरे साथ एक क्रिप्स और हमारे चार लवली ऑब्जर्वर्स रोली, बिग फैट पैंडा, कानी की बीटीएल एंड नैन द बॉट। और हम हमारे फाइनल मैप पे आ चुके हैं आज के 5 मैचेस के। तो आज जो हमें टीम्स क्वालिफाई देखने को मिलेगी वो हमें कल वापस से बेस्ट ऑफ 3 में खेलते देखने मिलेगी। तो हम वो डिटरमिन करने आए आज की कौन सी यहाँ से टीम्स है जो टॉप 8 पहुंच के अपने आप को कल बेस्ट ऑफ 3 में खेलने का मौका दे पाएंगी। एंड क्रिप्स, प्लेन की उड़ान शुरू होती है शिपयार्ड से, खत्म होती है मार्स इलेक्ट्रिक की तरफ। एंड शिपयार्ड में हाई टियर लूट जोन है एंड दिस टाइम अराउंड टीम 2 they've dropped in there already. I think there's gonna be I don't
my bad. I
quite
was
hear
muted.
you.
My bad.
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead.
muted. My bad. I was muted. So, what I was trying to say here is finally some team went towards the high tier loot zone. So, I'm very happy about that. It's just that nobody else is around them. So, why will not why anyone won't contest them, right? It's just giving them stuff for free, and even the airship is directly on top of them. If they follow it, they'll get even more loot. So, well, it's just it's just cherry on top of the cake for them. This time we do have 11 teams, 21 players, which means one of the players is probably alone, and I believe it is going to be a player from team number 11 who was down towards Mars Electric. But we'll get to him later. He's in no danger right now. Currently, the dangerous people are team number 10 and team 4, who are just running away from each other for now because they both dropped on peak. लेकिन क्या पता वो शायद एक दूसरे से फाइट करने भी लग जाए कुछ ही देर में.
Yeah. Let's see what ends up happening here, Crips. I have to say, Team Yo-Yo, they are in a bit of trouble over here. देखते हैं कि वो अपने आप को यहाँ से निकाल पाएंगे या नहीं. Elsewhere on the map, Team Hyper के जो member, he's trying to circle around, but he's not going to be successful in doing so. His teammate is going to be knocked down in the meantime, and eventually take him out. Oh, he comes in the nick of time. He deploys the time turner, but oh no, his team! Oh my god, that might have been lag. If it was lag, I hope you guys get yourself a MediaTek processor to work with, because yeah, your phone is certainly not gonna lag if you're playing on a phone that has the Helio G series processor in it. Now the Helio G processors, they mean especially for gaming, so FPS drop, stutters, and all that stuff. As long as you're using your phone wisely, as long as you're not really playing on, I don't know, 3% battery, you're not gonna have those same problems. And yeah, that's why you should get yourself a phone with a MediaTek processor in them. But yeah, Chris, that looked very, very strange for a second. Just freezing there out of nowhere. Probably lagged out. But I mean, if that happens to you in this sort of a situation, I mean, who do you even blame, right?
Well, yeah, you can't really blame yourself. Just blame the people that made your phone, and hopefully it's something that you move away from. Hopefully you upgrade to MediaTek soon enough. If it happens because of internet, well then you should probably get yourself some Geo Fiber. That is definitely the best, one of the best ISPs, at least in my area, and hopefully in your area as well. Over here, though, Team Baghdad, they have a bunch of Sharmas. Yep, it's Sharma 143-131 and then 143-132. It's that whole Terminator thing again. Yeah, it's this. They're just fresh off an assembly line, very similar names, serial numbers. There's like probably 14,000. No, sorry, 140,000 people like them, probably. I mean, if you look at it, it does span out, right? And there's this whole Sharma ji ka beta meme, and yeah, there must be plenty of Sharma ji ka betas and betis.
Absolutely, Chris, and some of them are even making their way in Free Fire now. Soon we're gonna start hearing Sharma ji ke bete jaisa Free Fire खेलना सीखो. देखा है उनको, उनका rank जानते हो. And I hope that ends up happening. But I think Sharma ji needs to provide better internet to his kids and better phones too, because it seems that this particular player has lagged out. Wow, I think talking about extended mag clips, these mags are really, really extended. I'm pretty. Oh my god, what the hell?
ये क्या चल रहा है?
I'm not sure what is happening, Chris. This is hilarious. This is absurdity at its finest. Oh boy. Someone clearly has bad internet.
Bad internet.
There were two
no,
Sharma Jis.
no, there is a much bigger problem over here. There's an underlying problem more than just bad internet, more than extremely extended max, more than cars being blown apart, more than my brain cells dying. The problem over here is, Floki, you and I have a very different perception of how this game works. The things that make you laugh are the things that make me hold my head and hope that there is aspirin nearby. What was that?
Cliff.
I still can't explain what that was.
A freak
ये
occurrence, Cliff.
क्या
That's
देख लिया मैंने? I am
Have you seen one of those
broken.
Final
Crips is
Destination
broken.
movies?
I've seen Final Destination 3 and 5.
Mhm.
Maybe even the first part. I don't remember what happens. It's like just the same guy is just
Well,
witnessing
let
his
me
own death.
explain, Chris. Let me make you understand what's happening.
Huh.
This is an omen. You're gonna die in a couple of days. Watch out. It's gonna be crazy. You're probably gonna die to some weird boulder falling over your head if you're not too careful.
I live in the city. There's no
That was
boulders
so
over here.
creepy for a second.
There's
Yeah,
no boulders over here.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say a steel girder instead, but maybe that's more realistic. But yeah, when was
Yeah,
the last
that's
time
more
you actually
realistic.
saw a steel girder anywhere in Mumbai?
What
Very
even is a
unlikely
steel
to see those
girder?
things. It's those things that they use for construction when they're making big structures. They use girders and they attach them together with nuts and bolts. It forms the basic structure of big buildings. Especially, I think skyscrapers. Where you have a lot of those steel girders. I mean,
Hey,
other buildings have
hey.
used.
Hello, मेरे
Uh-huh.
बाजू में there's an actual under construction building. So okay, this shit might just happen. Don't jinx me, okay? If I die within the next few weeks, you guys know who to arrest.
Yikes! I take no responsibility whatsoever for what I just said. That let it be known that I absolve myself of the blood on my hands. That yeah, if Crips ends up dying, I'm not responsible. That's all I really have to say. Crips, you all it's all on you, buddy. I said nothing. I did nothing. You're responsible for your own demise.
Okay, I'm gonna stay inside my house for the next 1 week. Yeah.
Then you're probably gonna
Oh,
trip and
wait.
fall over some sharp object.
Yeah. Okay, listen. I mean, I can stay in the house for a week. Okay, I've had enough quarantine practice. Although we will step out and we will meet each other in just like a couple of weeks, I guess, for the finals.
Mhm.
We will end up meeting each other. I mean, those of you
If
guys
you
who are still
live.
watching, if I survive this next week, you will get to see me and Floki cast the finals of this tournament sitting next to each other rather than sitting in the comfort of our own houses. So that's something to look forward to. We'll have more fun over there, and hopefully we'll talk about more jokes where we try to pinpoint how we are gonna die. But
Yeah.
that's just going down the creepy road. At this point, do you think for these 4 players over here, do you think they can sense their life flash before their eyes, or maybe their death flash before their eyes?
That's a great question. I sometimes think that when you're approaching death, they said that there's a lot of brain activity going on at the same time. So maybe you just keep reliving your life and you never really die.
Oh my god.
I don't know why
We're
we're
going
jumping
down
into
the
the realm of
philosophical road again,
metaphysics,
are
but
we?
yeah. But yeah, Chris, what I know for sure is that Bhagat Sharma 143132 might see his life flash before his eyes because T3 did have an angle on him, but they decided not to take the shot, so he's gonna live to fight another day. But yeah, let's see if they're actually able to keep themselves alive. The zone is gonna close in near Cape Town. The next circle is gonna reveal itself. It is a fairly straightforward circle, but if it finishes over Cape Town, I think you and I are gonna be quite pleased about that.
Yeah. I'm actually excited for a Cape Town battle. To be honest, when there's less teams remaining, right? An urban finish is like the most interesting thing you can see. Because then there's very less area. There's not too many players, so you can still share the whole city and try to come up with a very interesting way of fighting. It's been a while since we've seen an urban battle. I mean, refinery finishes are exciting, but then yeah, it's not an urban finish. There's no verticality involved in urban finishes. Yeah, sometimes there is if there's like tall houses and maybe mansions and whatnot, but Yeah, it's not the same. Over here, though, we have a fight brewing out, and this is towards Plantation and Riverside. There's a massive river in between. You can cross the river if if you want to go on foot. But these guys have run out of glue walls, and look at how they're standing perfectly in line behind that tree, so that none of the people can actually shoot them. And this is just such good sense of how POV works in this game. They have a really good understanding of the third-person mechanics. From this area, they don't even need to deploy glue walls. They can probably just keep it. They are the kill leaders. I mean, only by 2 kills. So they have a decent chance of winning this battle as well against OP King FF and IK Ayush. But they take a headshot. At least the guy on the back does. So Doc will probably have to be a little careful. But here comes the double peek. They both start shooting, and they also shot plenty of damage. So at this point, it's just a long-range battle of shooting each other and trying to outlive. But Doc has no medkits, no glue walls as well. He's down to 48 HP. I hope he has an inhaler or something. There is an Alok heal available, but I don't think that's going to heal him way too much. His teammate used up the Chrono Shield, and now they're going to have to probably fall back. And Doc, even though he gets revived, he's going to have to be really careful when using his Alok heal. Maybe Stream Hyper can lend him a first aid kit or two, but nothing. Yeah, no, now you can't save him. Oh my god, that is just so sad. There's no resources on them, no net kits, no glue walls. Ran out of your Chrono Shield. They don't even have the Alo heal available. Why did he not pop the Alo heal? I don't understand. Maybe because it wasn't cooldown or something, I guess. But yeah, that's a very unfortunate end.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't expecting that to happen. I was actually half hoping that he's going to peek out right after he gets knocked with the SVD, just prevent the other guy from getting the res. But instead, he decides to run away, and the other player decided to heal himself back up. But no time for lamenting over mistakes, because over here we have some more action brewing out between Team 1 and Team 6. Team 6, they're the ones on the aggressive front this time, but I don't see DSG Dra's teammate anywhere nearby. Oh no! Killer Rishi has knocked himself out. Is DSG Dra going to take advantage of this? No, he's not. He's actually not pushing it. Surprised to see that, to say the least. But yeah, the Alok heal is going to be popped. Let's see if he goes inside and finishes off the kill. For the time being, though, his teammate is around, but I can't really see him anywhere on DSG Dra's own perspective. So maybe he's trying to bait them in and then, buy enough time for his teammate to sneak back in. No, Killer is actually on a different part of the map, taking a different fight altogether. This is, yeah, this is weird. I don't expect Team 6 to actually get away with this. But at the same time, Team 1 are also not pushing it, Crip, so I'm not really sure how this one ends.
Me neither, to be honest. I'm more concerned about Team 7 on the background. Like, the circle does close towards peak, and eventually all these teams will need to come in. And if Team Dark over here stay out in the open, then they'll be in a very vulnerable spot. And oh my god, I don't like this at all. They're fighting against Team 7. I hope they realize that Team number 1 is also right next to them. So if they get tunnel visioned on Team 7, they can get third-partied from behind, from Team number 1. I mean, obviously, they have to be aware about the fact that Team 1 is over here. So they're probably just going to, harass the Hornet's nest and then run away, forcing the bees to come out. And then hoping that, like, the bees sting each other. Kind of like that. They're just instigating a fight and they're repositioning. Hoping that, I don't know, maybe Team 1 ends up fighting them or something. But
I like how we're instigating... I like how we're instigating communal violence between bees and hornets. It's
oh my god! I mean, I'm not trying to start a riot here, Floki. But Ayush is in trouble, and whether you're a bee or a hornet or if you're a goddamn pigeon, you will die if you stay in a burning car.
Okay, that is interesting. He decides to stay in the burning car and die to the explosion. Questionable decision making here, to say the least, but the circle is going to start closing in and we're going to see some actual fights play out soon. Team 11's Joker is all by himself inside that house near the western part of the circle. Oh, no, sorry, the eastern part of the circle. So he should be doing just fine. Team 4, they don't really know where he is, so they're just going to bide their time inside that little container or that little whatever compound that is inside there. But yeah, I'm not too sure how this one ends, Crips. I'm struggling for words here. This is a very awkward circle. They're going to be rotating in from every single angle. But yeah, Team 1, they're going to have the biggest advantage here because they are occupying one of the best compounds to hold. They're not holding the middle mansion house, they're holding the barn house next to it. And those barn houses, they can be quite easy to play around with those boxes. And you can also try to stay alive as long as possible because so you can also dodge a lot of the utility damage that gets thrown at you because of those boxes that are in there. So you can just walk around, dodge grenade damage, prop some glue walls up on the stairs if you feel like you're getting pushed, and you have yourself a pretty solid place to hold.
I agree. It's a pretty solid place to hold. At least for now it is. The circle isn't moving just yet. You can probably stay out here and maybe get a couple of kills. If not kills, at least get some information so that you know where to go when you're trying to make your next move. There's a small, tiny chunk of this house still inside the circle. So they don't need to move in just yet. They can probably stay here and maybe pick up a fight against Team 3 and gatekeep them. Maybe even pick up a fight against Team number 11. And they don't have much to worry about. They've already qualified, so they can afford to go for those kills. And look at the amount of glue walls they have. 11 glue walls. So yeah, they can definitely stay out here forever. They have the abilities to do so as well. And in case they do get shot, they have Joseph's ability, which will help them get into the zone faster even if they are taking fire. So stopping power doesn't really apply to them. But oh my god, look at the reaction speed. Aqua Joker got deleted as soon as he showed his head out of that window.
Yeah, that crosshair was placed perfectly towards where the peak was going to be, and that is what Foresight gets you. Good crosshair placement results in easy to get kills, but OP King is not done yet. He is making that op work like a shotgun at close range, switches out to the M82B, but the actual shotgun does more work. The double barrel reigns supreme in the end, and OP King FF will be eliminated. Team 1 now in the center of the circle. They are quite happy with their position, Crips, but there are still 5 teams remaining, 10 players alive, and this is the 5th circle showing itself. This is going to be absolute madness towards the end. And I have to say, with the next circle, and it starts closing in, yeah, getting that center spot is going to be extremely easy for Team 1 because they have the only compound that is inside the circle.
Oh yes, this mansion house is about to become a kill house. Killer though, he does live true to his name, gets one, but he gets eliminated in the end by another killer whose name is Raju. It's a very poetic team. They call Team Lover, but they are Killer, Raju and Rishi. So, yep, that tells you everything you need to know about them. But a very good shot by Sharma over here. He blows off King Rupee's head, clean off his shoulders with that arm. Good stuff. So he can actually slow them down on that front. Both the Sharmas have the edge of the zone, but inside the mansion house, Killer, Raju and Rishi, they will be able to win that fight, and they have the entire house for themselves, enough time to heal up. They have permanent cover, so they should be happy with this. Although the 2 other teams, Team 3 and 4, yeah, these guys are in trouble. In fact, Sharma 1 just got eliminated to the zone. So the other Sharma has to probably now make his way inside the mansion house and hopefully win that 1 versus 2 battle, which he obviously won't be able to do. And Killer Rishi takes the cake. 2 versus 2. This is the final battle, Foki. अब यहीं पे डिटरमिन होगा कौन यहाँ पे बुया जीतने वाला है. Nades equip करके रखे हैं शौर्या ने, because वो अंदर है, उन्हें मालूम है कि एक नेड अगर अच्छे से गया तो वो आराम से ले लेंगे, लेकिन थर्ड पर्सन पर्सपेक्टिव का बहुत ही अच्छे से इस्तेमाल किया है एनके अमन ने, और उनने किलर ऋषि को प्री फायर करके मार दिया. राजू तो शायद जोन से ही मारा जाएगा, एक हल्की सी बुलेट भी लग गई तो वो मारे जाएंगे यहाँ पे. एंड शौर्या ने लास्ट किल कंफर्म करके अपने आप को बुया जिता दिया है. टीम वाइपर इज योर विनर.
Absolutely, Chris. I mean, that was a very messy end circle to say the least, with so many teams still surviving. But they're able to hold on to their position for the time being and get themselves to Booyah. So all said and done, Team Viper going to be quite happy with their performance. But yeah, we will be quickly moving on to the highlights. And I have to say, there was no particular moment in this game that stood out to me apart from the weirdest stuff that we saw, which was the unlimited extended mags and people staying inside their cars and dying. It almost looks cursed to me. This is the kind of footage that 3,000 years from now, people are going to dig up, look at, and be like, this footage is cursed. This needs to be buried under some, I don't know, some secret treasure or something. Like, they're going to probably bury it with, I don't know, a pile of gold. So whoever gets it thinks, okay, I'm cursed now, I'm going to die. I mean, yeah, if you want to curse someone and if you really want to mess with their head, that's what you do, right? You probably put it with a pile of gold, so when they look at this footage, they're like, oh my goodness.
No, you put it along with a voodoo doll. That's what you do. Oh. That's downright creepy. If they see the creepy stuff, they will avoid this. Yeah, I mean, your job is to keep people away, not to attract more people. Then they'll be like, oh, let's get this pile of gold. Let's dig up this footage. I mean, this footage is gold. It's comedy gold per se. But yeah, it comes at a price, and the price is your own sanity. These shots, though, they were actually pretty damn impressive. Like, so many people dying to explosions, be it vehicle explosions or grenades. And then this lovely shot with the arm on Aqua Joker. This game did have its highlight moments where it did make me go, nice. This is a game where people know how to play. And OP King FF, even though he didn't win this battle, he did get that knock with a very nice close range kill onto Shaurya. His teammate, luckily, Aman was able to finish the job, but that was still impressive to watch.
Yeah, I mean, I have to say at that distance, you know, you quick scoping with the ARM can be a little bit difficult, but he got the first kill with it regardless, and then he switched over to the M82B, didn't connect his shots, but that's okay. I'm glad to see some of these teams are picking up the tactics of professional level players, the Crips. I remember you showing me how Kargobru was quick switching between the two M82Bs to, you know, lessen the bolt time and pretty much make it a fully automatic assault rifle instead of a bolt action sniper rifle like it was supposed to be. But
well, the bolt action rifles, shotguns, no matter what you do. I mean, you've seen some players pull off those ridiculous plays, right? With the double sniper setup, and they just keep switching and just keep demolishing everyone and anyone who's close to them. Yeah, it has its own style points.
Surely does, but yeah, we're gonna be calling it a day, folks. आज के लिए बस इतना ही. हमारे 5 best of funds अभी खत्म हो चुके हैं, and we have the top 8 or rather the top 40 teams are gonna be making it to tomorrow's best of 3. अगर आप देखना चाहते हो तो ये पेज बुकमार्क करके रखिएगा, and आप वापस से कल 3 बजे ट्यून इन कीजिए, क्योंकि हम कल आपके पास 9 games लेकर आने वाले हैं. There's gonna be 3 best of 3s to watch, so you don't want to be missing out on that. लेकिन तब तक आप देख रहे हैं MediaTek presents the Free Fire Gaming Masters 2021 powered by JioGames. मैं और क्रिप्स यहाँ से अभी अलविदा कह के रवाना हो जाएंगे. ट्यून इन करने के लिए बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 800U. Get ready for incredible experiences from this ultra-connected chip. Featuring dual 5G SIM for 5G connectivity that's always ready to go. High-quality voice and video calls. 5G carrier aggregation that keeps you connected. By keeping the 5G modem in the chip and using MediaTek's 5G ultra-safe power savings technology, we've created the world's most power-efficient smartphone 5G modem, boosting your battery life. With faster peak speeds, the Dimensity 800U accelerates launch time for your favorite games and apps. Use your voice assistant for scheduling and reminders in the language you prefer. With Dimensity 800U, smartphones feature supersized cameras and HDR imaging. Plus, its integrated AI processor helps enhance pictures and 4K videos in day or night. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. Introducing the MediaTek Dimensity 1000 Plus. Our flagship 5G integrated chip gives you immense CPU performance, stunning graphics, and incredible AI. You can game flawlessly, load apps faster, and multitask smoother, all on 5G. Pick up your camera and shoot stunning HDR pictures and videos, or go out at night with perfect results every time. Benefit from powerful AI and the latest MediaTek hyper-engine gaming technology. This predictive networking enhances your smartphone experience and dramatically reduces latency, provides rapid responsiveness that shaves milliseconds off touchscreen input, and enhances power management that lets you game longer. While ultra-fast displays at your fingertips give you the edge, MediaTek Mirror Vision display technology brings cinema-grade visuals into video streaming and playback. Use 5G connectivity that's both fast and power efficient. MediaTek 5G Ultra Save is built in to extend your battery life, while dual 5G SIM support gives you 5G that's always ready to go and make voice and video calls with the highest quality. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. We're bringing 5G to everyone, across mobile, automotive, IoT, in the home, and beyond. Introducing MediaTek Dimensity. MediaTek Dimensity is at the forefront of powering the 5G revolution. It's about what we can achieve when barriers between devices disappear and connectivity becomes seamless and instantaneous. It will change market, industries, and our everyday. Through Dimensity, we're spurring product, app, and service innovations that will enable the true possibilities of 5G connectivity. When you see Dimensity, know that MediaTek has built an unrivaled mix of technologies. The industry's fastest 5G connectivity, super fast processors, and incredible gaming. Exciting multimedia, the industry's most powerful AI cores, and impressive imaging. With MediaTek Dimensity, expect incredible. G is for gaming. Introducing MediaTek Helio G95. It's paired with MediaTek's hyper-engine game technology, which goes beyond the chip and tunes your whole smartphone. Because every millisecond matters in the gaming world. Whether you're streaming video, chatting with friends, or playing games, you can rely on us for responsive experiences that always impress. With in-chip innovations,